How the fuck are you folks on this fine Friday evening? I am RazörFist. This is Terengel.
How you doing, folks?
And I am excited because this is a game that we were both looking forward to for quite some time. It is, as you're going to see over the course of this stream, it is the best Elder Scrolls game I've played in years.
Yes.
Come back in here. There's so many rights, you gotta beg for that.
And we're off to a roaring start. Oh, hold on, let me move that real quick. Just, I would like to make sure that, no, actually, it's in the right place. Good stuff. All right, gang. There are probably gonna be some people here who, oops, let me turn that down. There are probably gonna be some people here who saw us on Crowder. Well, so... Alright, gang, let's do this.
Awesome interview, by the way.
Thank you. Let us tear into Kingdom Come Deliverance, the freshman effort from a fledgling Czech Republic studio. This is the first game they've ever done. Keep that in your mind here, just in the back of your brain, that not only is everything you're watching fucking mind-blowingly impressive, this is the first thing they've ever done. And it's a Kickstarter game, too. What's up?
What? Charles IV, King of Bohemia and Holy
No, it will.
Had a long and successful reign.
You might be hearing the game here for a second and not seeing it. It'll capture in a sec.
It's coming in now.
Okay, yeah. Here's your backstory. Actually, I can summarize it all for you. Two kings, basically. One king basically trying to muscle out the other one. King Wenceslas basically kind of self-abdicated. This is all based on historical fact, by the way. And King Wenceslas basically was too busy fucking bitches. And he was not really paying attention to his kingdom, and so...
I can see that happening.
He was basically the Bill Clinton of Bohemia. So, we are not going to start from the beginning. I refuse. This game has... People have said it has a 6-hour tutorial. That's not strictly speaking factual. I think people are just exaggerating for either comedic effect or because they're fucking aspies. The truth is, you don't see the credits till 6 hours in. You see the title screen within the first, like, 3 fucking minutes. But it's not technically a 6-hour tutorial. It's like, there's kind of a prologue sequence, I guess.
Yeah.
How I would put it. It's really cool, though, and I think it's a pretty organic way to learn how to play the game, although you're still learning. Like, I'm still learning how to play the game this far in. So, we skip all that, folks. I am, of course, playing kind of a thiefy character. And, well, as you'll see in a moment.
Jake Hale says, remove tartar sauce. Very nice. Let's deal with some of the donations we got before we even started, because you guys are insane. Irish Steel says, a couple of streams ago I asked, who were your favorite bass singers? Where I meant singers with a deep, low singing voice. Barry White, for example.
Oh!
Not singers who play bass guitar. So I'll ask again.
Oh, I'm sorry. Shit. Favorite bass singers. Who would be like a low singer? Like, yeah, like Barry White is one of the only ones I can think of right now. Maybe Louis Armstrong or, and Louis Armstrong isn't even technically, like, he's like at best a baritone. Deeper singers. Man, I don't know. That's the thing. I listen to a lot of metal. You don't really get a whole lot of...
Yeah, you get the
like
higher,
even Blaze Bayley, who is lower, he's a baritone, right? Blaze Bayley. So I don't know. Maybe a metal singer who used to be good and now is the drizzling shits, so he's a bass by default.
People are suggesting Peter Steele.
Yeah, I guess. How hilarious is it, by the way, that a guy named Peter Steele is posed nude? just trying to.
That's what comes to mind.
Slurp
really?
down that sublime fucking irony.
Irish Steel.
I had seen Peter Steele's cock before I had heard his music. Unfortunately, that's what it is to live in the age of the internet.
Irish Steel also asked, last stream I asked if I should be worried about the British Parliament controlling Northern Ireland. He said yes to be worried.
Yes.
Could you give a Paddy Rageaholic some advice on how to unfuck the country he lives in?
Damn it, I'm hungry.
Oh shit, I forgot to eat. This game's interesting. It is a sim. I will return to your question, I promise. This game is interesting in that it's a sim. You do actually have to consume food in this game.
Look how fucking beautiful this game is.
And this is on medium, by the way. I dropped the settings just for the stream, even though I recorded some footage earlier and did a little test stream and had no issues with the frame rate on ultra, but you know,
just in case.
Just in case, I didn't want there to be any issues.
Hey, do you mind if I eat your food?
Yeah, there's just pots of food hanging out in this game. I wonder if that actually happened in medieval Bohemia. But advice for Ireland, remove kebab. No, honestly, it's... I am not going to pretend to know enough about Irish politics to be able to unfuck the country. But I will say, as a rule, being steadfast in removing the European Union's influence from your country cannot fucking hurt.
Yeah. It all comes down to them.
They're actually open. Are they? Are they open? Yes, they are! Okay.
Clear off. I don't want to talk.
Oh, that's right. I did a lot of bad things in this town. Nobody wants to talk to me. Whoopsie! I hope in whatever the next patch is, I really hope they give you a way to put your hood up. I don't know why you see characters running around in hoods that are drawn, but for some reason when Henry puts on the hood, he automatically wears it down. It'd be nice if they patched that in. Just a minor thing. I have not, by the way, encountered too many of the stability issues that a lot of other people have been complaining about. Of course, now that I've mentioned that, we'll have 3 crashes. But no, like, I had 2 crashes, grand total. One was caused by me. I accidentally... During the opening intro, if you click... Like, if you click the mouse or you hit escape or something too quickly, it'll sometimes crash the fucking... And that's just, I don't know, that might actually be an OS thing. But the other one was actually, I was like in combat and the game fucking flat out crashed. But ever since then, actually, ever since the update, I have not had a single issue. So, dare I lockpick a church? Am I that big a prick?
Also, did you turn off the notifications?
No.
Rocket launcher!
Just checking.
Why would you think that? We've already heard 3.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah.
Including
a rocket launcher. I love that the minute you asked that.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the freaking...
Beautiful.
Yeah, and this, again, this is on medium, folks.
Attention to detail.
Yeah, you can... That's the thing. Just spend some time in the codex reading up on the history, on events, on characters. It will blow your fucking mind, the attention to detail, the actual passion they had for this. This game, I'm gonna say... So I've got a review of this coming out. But, like, the long and short of it is, it's more Skyrim than Skyrim. It's more Witcher 3 than Witcher 3. In retrospect, a lot of that hyperbole around Skyrim... Go back and read some of those reviews of Skyrim, of Witcher 3. You know, some of the hyperbolic nonsense like, only CD Projekt could have made this game. It's like only CD Projekt and a first-year fucking studio from the Czech Republic. Like, what the fuck?
Congratulations on the lockpicking, by the way.
Huh?
Every person I've seen attempt it has failed miserably.
Really?
They cannot do it.
There is a learning curve, and I like that, but honestly, I haven't had that much difficulty with it. The very hard can be a little tricky, but let's see here. This is very hard, so let's see what happens. Oh, just barely. I was almost there. Motherfucker. They are apparently revamping the lockpicking, by the way, in the update. Oh, come on! Well, it is very hard. I'm gonna back off. I don't feel like losing all my lockpicks. Actually, how many lockpicks do I have? Let us see. Oh, I have 14. Fuck that shit. I'm going for it. I'm going ham.
Gonna save scum?
No, you can't save scum in this game. That's the other thing they're gonna be patching, is the save system. A lot of people are bitching about the save system. I, again, have not had a huge issue with it. I kind of like that it's, number one, that the save system is in-universe. That it's not just, oh, I go into a menu and I save. It's actually, okay, I have to have an object in the world, and that object saves for me. I like that, but I hate the limited quantity, and I hate how much it costs.
Now, for comparison, if you recall, was it,
What is this? Hold on. I get a perk for lockpicking here.
Breath of Fire 4, was it?
What's that?
Breath of Fire 4, wasn't that the one with,
Oh, no. Dragon Quarter.
Dragon Quarter, yeah,
Yeah.
that had limited saves.
Oh, fuck that. Well, it's not even as bad as Dead Rising. You know what I mean? Like, Dead Rising was probably the worst contemporary example of a limited save system. But it's not even that bad, honestly. It saves every single time you go to bed, it saves. That's not true. Every single time you go to bed in your own bed, in a bed that you own or are renting, it saves.
Wildy's here.
And thank you. Thanks for joining us, Wildy. And it also saves whenever you start a quest. And sometimes it saves after the quest. I feel like it should save more after the quest than when you start it, but whatever. So let's see here. Luck of the Drunk is 30% easier to open locks when drunk. Starting position when lockpicking will be closer to the end of the lock, making it easier to open. Silent Fiddler.
While you look through those, let's catch up on some of these early donations.
Reduced noise while lockpicking. I'm going with that.
Lupacillo says, lop off some diaper head noggins with your bastard swords, Razor and Terran, and kick them all the way back to Constantinople.
Yeah.
Godspeed, you taffers.
This game is so delightfully politically incorrect. You're gonna see over the course of this here. Whoop. Okay. Good, actually. Should I lockpick the priest? No, fuck that. You're gonna see over the course of this explicit positive references to Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah.
And, like,
I've seen
Christianity and...
Jesus Christ be praised and all that.
EA, make no mistake, folks, the people who are pissed about this game, it has nothing to do with black people. They're pissed that this game is, like...
Oh, yeah. It's the race
super
thing.
not PC. It's
Yeah.
not just race. They're kind of using the race as a wedge to complain about it.
But wasn't Caesar and Hannibal and all these historical figures, weren't they black, though?
Right.
The BBC told me so.
Right. Let's see if we can trade anything here.
Clear off. I don't want to talk.
Oh, fuck you. That's right. Not everybody will refuse to deal with you. There's different... This is... They kind of stole something from Daggerfall here, where there's different strata of society. So there's, like, artisans, and then there's the underworld, and there's nobles, and there's all these different sort of tiers of society, a caste system, if you will. And basically, like... If you lose reputation badly enough with someone in one strata of society, then you lose it with all. And then, of course, how you've behaved in a particular town will affect how your general popularity is perceived. So, like, and you'll actually see on the map here, oops, let's go out. Yeah. You'll have the little smiley or frowny face next to the name of the city. So here I'm fine, here I'm fine, here I'm fine, here I'm not fine. I don't know why. I don't think I did anything over there. Yeah. But here, not so fine. So they're not big fans of me in this town. So I'm gonna move along. I'm gonna fast
You're gonna end up in Japanese hell. A disgrace to your ancestors.
I love it.
Let's do another one. Negro says, why was Saddam popular with the ladies?
He never left him hanging.
Because he was well hung.
Oh! See, I knew they were gonna go that route.
They say there's strength in numbers.
Because he was a gas with the Kurds? No, anyway. Sorry!
They say there's...
Old genocide humor.
Take you to the bank, Senator Trent. To the blood bank.
Sorry, we had to pause just for the majesty of that quote.
They say there's strength in numbers, but tell that to 6 million Jews.
Oh!
Favorite player from the 2001 D-backs?
2001 D-backs. I actually have a signed picture of Byung-Hyun Kim. I was a huge fan of Byung-Hyun Kim. He was an amazing pitcher, and he inspired... When I was pitching in late high school, early college, I pitched sidearm submarine like he did, so he was like a big kind of inspiration. What's going on here? I have to say the incidental encounters are really cool in this game.
You. Go away.
The fuck?
So will she not give whatever quest she's doing right now to you because she thinks...
Maybe.
What did you do? You killed him.
Me? What do you mean, me? It was you. You.
I didn't kill anyone. When I got here, the body was already lying there.
Everyone knows what a troublemaker you are.
That's just envy talking.
People will say all kinds of shit out of envy.
Well, that's true enough. I suppose you're innocent after all.
Smooth
Glad
pass.
you saw sense. And what were you doing here exactly?
What do you mean by that?
I think I should go and report you. Now listen to me.
All right then. I did it. I didn't want to kill him. I just couldn't help myself. He walks around like a lord with his purse full, and I've got nothing to eat. You don't really have to tell anyone, do you? And you won't regret it.
Up to you. I don't know how you're playing your character.
I won't take coin to cover up a murder.
Oh! Fucking befuddled by a curb. Hold on, hold on. No. Can I tackle her? Can I tackle? No? No? God damn it, fuck it. If there's one gripe I have about the one mechanic that I hate about this game, and this is what I hope they patch, I don't give a fuck about the save system. I don't give a flying fuck about the lockpicking. I'm fine with the lockpicking, as you can see. I'm doing okay with it. The one thing I hate... Well, you know what? Maybe I'll wait. And I loot the body anyway. The one thing I hate, you'll see in a moment. Because as soon as I have any combat, you're going to see. It's not the sword fighting, by the way. I love the sword fighting in this game. It's awesome.
It's For Honor, but like 2 steps up.
Oh, well, yeah, definitely. It's like a sword fighting, medieval martial arts kind of sim, basically. Let's, where
were you going to finish your thought about what you were going to change, or should I continue?
No, go ahead.
General Gentile Genitals says, Oy vey, my fellow circumcised goyim. Which country do you prefer, Nigeria or Niger? Also, Since Florida voted Trump, the left is probably glad the Floridians got shot up. Just like when the Christians in the
just
church
like
got
the
shot up.
Hurricane Trump, right? Did you see the fucking indictments that basically
led to nothing?
No, it turned out the fucking Russians were working against Trump in the last election. That one.
God, millions and millions of dollars spent on nothing.
How much money have we paid Mueller? Can we throw him into a wood chipper? Is that... I understand he's doing his job, but Jesus Christ, how much money did he fucking waste? Where are we going here?
I Hate Nick
Miller?
says, thoughts on the 1982 Conan movie. Was that the Barbarian or the Destroyer?
It's the original. Destroyer's later. I think that was 85? But anyway, the first two are fine. I love the first one. Second one, not quite as good, but still good. Oops. Alright, I am starving here. And your food, as you can see here, there's freshness. It actually will go bad on you.
That's amazing.
And then if you eat it after it's not fresh, you'll get food poisoning. And, you know, you'll fuck yourself there. You can see you have to monitor your nourishment a la Fallout New Vegas survival mode, whatever.
It's amazing. And Bethesda would never put any of this in a game because it's not casual. You have to appeal to a wider audience. It's too hard.
Well, you look at the success this game has had already. I imagine they're going to be looking at it hard now. I don't see how you don't.
They had to kickstart and make this game by themselves.
Yeah.
To get other people to notice and say, we want complex games. We don't want your casual shit.
Who's this? Is this one of the thief games?
with you.
Oh, yes. So there's a weird running thing where all the Millers in this game, or many of the Millers in this game, are, in fact, like, thieves. They're like a network of thieves. So, let's see here. Can I sell some stolen goods?
All right. Let's see what we can do about that.
Hey, I still stand by it, Todd Howard. You can shove your Fallout 4 survival mode, okay?
It says you're a heretic!
God damn right.
Henry's beta die. Aww. Got a pair of die on 4chan. What? Alright, let's, well, that's good. I guess I'll sell that. I didn't have much in the way of stolen goods. I've been trying to be a good boy.
JSC Hong says, how do you get the smell of anus out of the bed sheets?
You kick Movie Bob out. Hi-oh! Is there any work here for carpenters?
Is there any work here for carpenters?
Are they locals?
From Skalitz?
Then no. I only take
Wow!
people I know.
People fucking hate Skalitz in this game. They are not fans. You know, they were just conquered.
It says you're a heretic! I'm Henry from Skalitz, and I'm looking to mill a bit of extra coin, if you know what I mean.
I expect Peshek sent you. And if it was Peshek who sent you, you can't be a complete dolt. I'll try you out. The tailor in Sasso has received some valuable brocade. Can you get it for me?
Oh god, you want me to steal in the town I just came from where they already hate my guts?
Well, we got nothing to lose.
No problem. I'll be here in no time at all.
Good. It ought to be at his shop. Bring the whole bowl.
Alrighty. Fine. Ooh!
I'd like you to teach me how to be better at stealth.
Certainly.
Train me at stealth?
Ooh.
I'm interested
You come back in here. I'm gonna hit you with so many rights, you're gonna beg for a left.
How much? Okay.
Now, pay close attention.
Nice! And I have a new perk point available. And it's saved! And it's saved. See what I mean? It's not saving. It does save with some frequency. It's just, so I think what people are really irritated by is some of the situations where the game decides not to autosave. Where it's like, oh, I just finished 4 quests. No autosave. And you wind up having to do all 4 quests over again. I understand that, and I share your fucking pain. I have a feeling they're going to be fixing that. Ordinary mug. When you're wanted, people will be less likely to recognize your face and will soon stop looking for you. When crouching without movement, you get a 30% stealth bonus. Ooh, that's not bad.
That's pretty good.
After committing a crime, you get a +1 bonus on strength and vitality until you're caught or leave the scene of the crime. Why do I need strength and vitality? If I'm not caught, the whole point of stealth... Lower the noise of your armor and other equipment by 20%. Ooh. They're both really good. These two, right here, both really good. I'm going slim fit. I prefer my clothing tailored.
Semen Stained Casting Couch says...
Thanks for joining us, Mr. Weinstein.
I would do Huma Abidin. I can't pronounce her fucking name. It seems that everyone...
Nahasahima Pedalon.
It seems everyone wants to do her except her hubby.
Oh.
What leftist would you guys do?
And the one thing she won't do is a sandwich. Jeez, the woman is Skeletor. Actually, Skeletor's buff. That's an inappropriate comparison.
What leftist would you do?
Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah, I can't think of a one.
Folks, I tried dating a hardcore leftist chick. Did not fucking work out. I've never had arguments like that in my life. And it wasn't like even about politics. It really, the problem with the kind of leftist worldview is it's sort of, the entitlement sort of permeates into their daily life and their conduct with their fellow human beings. So it's not like you can just be like, oh, I have dated girls who were on the left. Like straight up, and it was not a problem. It was never a problem until this hardcore feminist like shrew. The only relationship I ever had, and honestly, barely even got going. It was so bad, it just so ridiculous. But I've dated girls on the left, and it was not a problem. It was just, you know, when you get the hardcore, the Bernieites. What are you? Oh, no. I have to go down.
Oh, you took the high road.
Fucking fuck.
JSC Hong says, Razor, do you have a girlfriend? Or a boyfriend?
Right now? Well, first off, none of your fucking business. And second off, I'm married to my semen-caked photograph of Ava Green.
It was a beautiful wedding.
It was.
Bullet Shepherd.
If anyone sees cause why these two should not be wed, speak now or forever hold your tissue. What? That's not...
Bullet Shepherd donated $20. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, bro.
Bonesaw is ready.
Yes!
Good evening, you medieval bastards. Good evening to you too, sir. And thank you.
This game is where all the role-playing elements that have been removed from your favorite role-playing games, this is where they've all gone.
Patrick says, the more gun debates we have, the more I take Michael Malice's position. My rights are not up for a debate, let alone a vote.
First off, who the fuck is Michael?
I don't know.
It sounds like the name of a porn star.
What do you want?
The fuck? Ooh. Anything to repair? Yes. Let's repair
I'm sorry I'm inconveniencing you with my business.
Yeah. Now you know what it... Oh, no, hold on. There we go. Hit the wrong button. Let's see what he's trading. Alright, what do we got here? Skull cap? God. Even in medieval Bohemia, there's fucking do-rags. How many long-distance arrows do I have?
We was Wakandans, says, is the Western game industry dead?
A 55. Well, you're playing a game that's evidence that it's not. This is a Western game.
The Wail of a Dying Coyote says, hey, Razor, what do you call a day spent in a well?
A day recording vocals for a Burzum album?
A day well spent.
Oh!
It's so easy. I'm surprised you didn't guess it.
I wasn't thinking there was a dry pun incoming. I don't assume my fans have wit.
13th King says, thoughts on Microsoft bringing back the Fable series?
What? Was it really on hiatus? Was it ever really announced that it was on hiatus?
Well, I remember the last one. Didn't that get canceled? What was it called? Fable Legends or some shit? I forget.
They did the shitty Kinect game, right?
Yeah.
Fable the Journey or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah. The one after that.
Yeah.
I think that one got canceled.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Well, the thing is, Lions had lost so much staff. Hold on. Let me get over here. That's right, I had something to do over there. I'm investigating a faulty brick from a cathedral that was being built that fell on someone's head and fucking murdered a worker.
Oh.
They got a bunch of fucking sandstone or something from here, and it was faulty, apparently, so I need to research where the fuck it came from here at the quarry.
Were there any other thoughts on Fable?
I like Fable. I've always liked Fable. I'm in the minority in that I didn't like Fable 2. I love 1 and 3. 3, I don't understand. I've never understood the hate that 3 gets. Like, people go red in the face when you mention fucking Fable 3, and I think it was actually a bit of a correction from the dog shit of Fable 2. It actually, it brought true co-op to the series. Fable 2, that fucking co-op sucked! You didn't get customization or anything. Let's see here.
What do you...
Who do I need to talk to? This guy? I guess so.
What do you want?
People are just rude. Or did you piss these people off too?
Did you send the last delivery of stone in smaller pieces?
No. Why would we do that? We always deliver it in big blocks. It's easier for us.
Oh, that's odd. They told me they were glad you got them smaller pieces, so they had less work to dress it.
But that's not possible.
It seems the stone you sent never arrived, and they got this instead.
This is getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them.
I last shipment myself because I wanted to exchange a few words with them, and nothing happened along the way.
Then someone must have replaced them on site.
But what would the builders have out of it? To replace it and then say we sent it?
I don't think the builders know what happened. Most likely it's someone else who has their fingers in this.
A thief?
Here's the cursed stone that caused so much damage.
It's old and weathered. But this isn't my stone.
What?
Did that old man just
Yep.
sit down randomly?
Yep, right in the middle of your conversation.
That's not from the weathering. The stone is from somewhere else.
Sir Divish mentioned you've been having 1 or 2 problems.
Well, he's not wrong. Thanks to these rumours going around, my stone blocks are just sitting here. Or lying.
What happened with the stone?
A piece broke off one and fell on someone, and they blame it on the quality of the stone.
And isn't it possible that...
It's not. I sent them the best stone. It would be a sin to cut corners to try and make money from the house of God.
The House of Redacted. Redacted for political correctness.
It'll end, one way or the other.
We should have played Striper at the beginning of this stream. Or Saxon.
I'll have to get something to eat. I'm starting to get hungry.
Oh, I wonder if there's a food pot around. Oh, come on, there's a fire right here!
Melphis Sky asks, do you think Vince bringing back the failure of Football League that XFL has anything to do with WWE being in the ratings shitter.
No, actually, I think... Look, I think this is a bad move. I do think it's going to fail again. But I will say this. It's possible that it won't fail based on the timing. I think he actually picked a really good time to bring back the XFL because of how in the shitter, speaking of which, fucking the NFL is right now. Because they've alienated so much of their fan base. You know, they with the kneeling shit and the constant political correctness and, you know, oh, I need behavioral counseling for people who get concussions and shit. Like, so he actually kind of picked a good time. If he presents the XFL, as I suspect he's going to, I mean, in the initial statement saying that he's bringing back the XFL, he mentioned this specifically. If they position it as the ultimate alternative, like ideologically and stylistically from the NFL, the XFL could actually do all right. I gotta be honest. It's good timing. That doesn't mean it's gonna succeed, but it is good timing. And I think that's why he's doing it more than anything. He was probably toying with the idea of bringing back XFL, and then the NFL decided to fucking shit its pants. Look at all these chests to lockpick. Quithmouth. I'm sorry. Default secular holiday miss. Ooh, what do we have?
Richard Michael Egan asks, so in terms of bass, baritone, tenor, etc., what does Kurt Cobain classify as?
I don't know. What caliber? I mean, what? That's not... He's a buckshot bass. He's, what's the whiny one? He's not a tenor, so he'd probably be more of a baritone.
Baritone?
Yeah, I want to say he was a little more of a baritone. He could scream high-ish. Kurt Cobain, by his own admission, was not an amazing singer. Plus, he did that 90s yarling shit. That herba 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 herba.
Oh, God, I hate that. That fucking college rock shit.
Mad TV did the best fucking skit parodying that.
I remember that, yeah.
They made fun of Scott Stapp and made fun of Kurt Cobain and made fun of all these people.
Scott Stapp really did go the fuck away, didn't he?
He sure... Well, he went batshit insane is what happened.
Ah.
He went batshit fucking insane.
Alan Smithy said 35 minutes ago, in before DEUS pole vault 1488.
No, you were not, my friend.
No, he made it. He made it in. It was 35 minutes ago. He did it. Anthony Corollo says, or Corollo, whatever you want to be called. Sir, please void thine bowels upon Grateful Dead.
Oh, fuck. The Grateful Goddamn Dead. It's kind of like... Grateful Dead is like... You know how you look at Kiss and you say to yourself, holy shit, they must sound heavy as fuck. Because they're, you know, they're dressed like Satan's hockey team. They got the big fucking shin guards.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking, right? They got the spikes and the crazy football pads and shit. And you think, oh my god, it must be the Legion of Goddamn Doom in musical form. And then, of course, they start singing and it's fucking elevator music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like... That's kind of Grateful Dead. Like, oh my god, this crazy rock drug band, they must be amazing. And then it's like, fucking 3-chord down pace. Of course, when you're that fucking stoned.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, let's try and...
Hey, at least they appeal to their audience.
This is true. Okay, fine, I'll go back and steal things. That's fine. And of course, you can see your nourishment and health goes down as you're fast traveling.
That's very useful. Didn't Daggerfall do something similar? Or...
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just didn't do... Daggerfall did not measure your hunger.
It was your stamina.
But your stamina would absolutely go down.
Yeah, yeah.
And when you had a horse, of course, that would help. Like right now, I'm having less encounters on the road because I'm on a horse. Which is neat. The random encounters are cool, though. If I have one critique of traveling in the world of Kingdom Come Deliverance, is probably that when you're actually out, like, on the trail, if you decide not to fast travel and actually travel manually, you don't really encounter much of anything. But when you fast travel, you encounter shit all the time. And honestly, it should probably be the reverse of that. What the fuck? Somebody attacking me for no reason?
Wrong place, the wrong time. What?
I didn't
riding through.
I didn't do anything. Fuck your shit. That guy's gone. Fuck him. I don't know what the hell that was about.
Torg Enigmi says, "Where's my horse armor DLC?"
You can actually... There's a bunch of equipment you can buy for your horse in this game. I already have spurs. Did I equip them? No, I did not. Hold on, let me... Plain riding spurs. I forgot. There we go. You can equip spurs. You can equip different saddles. You can get like a... I forget what they're called. The fucking cloth to drape over your steed. And I'm not sure if there's armor. I haven't seen any yet. There might be.
Coriolanus Rex says, "What's the difference between a Jewish rabbi and a Catholic priest? The Catholic priest waits for the boys to reach puberty."
Okay, now here's the 20-step process for pickpocketing. This can be a little sketchy. Okay, so you kind of have to...
Hey, watch it!
Ooh. Well, he didn't catch me. I just bumped into him. Okay, let's try this again.
Ballsy.
Damn it!
No time.
Fuck. One more try. It's not easy. Pickpocketing is not easy. But again, it's kind of cool because this game, I think because pickpocketing and lockpicking, people kind of bitching about the lockpicking, the pickpocketing. What I dig about it is there's an actual learning curve. So what this game does is it discourages you from lapsing into the standard Skyrim thief archer. You know what I mean? Like, everybody who tells it... If you've heard one Skyrim story, you've heard them all.
Yeah.
Because everybody played the same fucking character. Everybody did the same fucking thing. Everybody can recite the Dark Brotherhood quest from fucking memory. And it's like, ugh. Everybody's kind of a battle mage, cum stealth guy, cum archer. And this game...
And then the giant hit me and I went flying.
Yes. And this game is like, those things are so challenging. Whatever you want to be in this game, you better make that call early. And then you better be committed to it. Because otherwise, you're not going to be very successful at it. So if you want to be a thief, I decided very early on, I'm going to be a thief. I don't care how hard it is. I'm going to be a thief. Fuck.
Jesus. What? What the fuck are you doing? Keep your stick down. God!
No! Got him.
Over there.
That was close. That was very, very close. Thankfully, there are no guards around. Alright. Pouch with amulet. Okay, I got it. That was very, very close. He almost told the guard. Fortunately, everyone in this town already hates me, so... Even if I had been caught, it wouldn't have mattered. But yeah, you can see, the pickpocketing is hard. There's actually a science to it. And you kind of have to learn as you go. It discourages you from just playing the super character. You do not get to play a super character in this game, which I really like. It's this thing called, what the fuck, role-playing. That's what it is.
What's that?
I don't know.
That's
when
you have sex in freaky ways, right?
Right. I heard. Exactly.
It's when your relationship is dead.
It's when you get relationship points for fucking ugly NPCs, right? Oh, and if you eat too much. Let me see if I can do that. You can come down off the horse here. I don't have a saddle, by the way. I'm poor.
Does the saddle have any perks to it?
It does.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Best game ever.
Having a saddle helps. You can also play dice. I have not played dice yet. Shit. Never mind.
Senator Satan says, any thoughts on the band Grand Magnus? They have songs about Elric and the Shadow.
They certainly do. They're badass.
Also, it's okay to be a medieval European in Bohemia. Yes, it is.
Let's see here. Let me take the fucking amulet to what's his ass.
It says you're a heretic!
Alright.
Edelwolf.
Where's this guy hanging out at?
Edelwolf Bergman says,
Oh,
Non
there he is.
nobis domine, Deus VULT.
Fuck yes! Alright, let's give him the amulet.
Get out.
You're gonna end up in Japanese hell, a disgrace to your ancestors.
Here's the farmer's.
Great, thanks. He'll have a fit when he finds out. He won't get a wink of sleep till he gets a new one. You see, he's got this idea he'll be eaten alive by fleas and lice without his amulet.
Okay.
I'm always on the lookout for work. What have you got?
When I worked for the farmer, I took a fancy to his maid. Only she's got someone else. A draper. He gives her fine shawls and chemises. And I don't have a chance. Go and steal the shawl she has.
What use would her shawl be to you?
I'll slip it to someone else and then tell the draper his sweetheart puts no value on the gifts he gives her. He's really jealous, so he'll be mad as hell.
Alright.
That's not very nice of you. But what do I care? What's it worth?
Don't worry. I'll reward you.
Whatever.
Whatever. We still have to use that. Fuck.
We do need to use that.
Richard Michael Egan asks, will you be adding World on Fire to your Yngwie mythos sometime?
Maybe eventually. I honestly have not sat down and listened to it. The prospect of another Yngwie record where he sings, not exactly making my anus primed with pleasure. Not particularly, folks.
Rudiger Sampson says, for Terengel, what is your favorite sci-fi fantasy series or author? Ooh, actually, we got asked this last stream. I'm a huge Next Generation fan.
Yeah.
DS9 as well. Babylon 5. And V.
Space Above and Beyond.
Space Above and Beyond is extremely underrated.
Definitely. Star Hunter.
Star Hunter is also very good.
Did you see they're doing the redo?
Are they?
They're
redoing?
They're redoing all the special effects in HD.
Ooh.
Oh, it looks beautiful. And this is a studio with no fucking money. This is one of the reasons I do not buy the whole DS9 will never be in HD or released on Blu-ray thing. Because it's like, wait a minute. A bunch of Canadian pissants can actually redo all of the special effects from Star Hunter, a show from 90-fucking-9 and 2003, and they have no fucking cash on them, but CBS is too impoverished to fucking redo the effects in DS9? Fuck you. They could release that on Blu-ray tomorrow if they wanted to, and it wouldn't even cost that much.
And as far as authors go, I honestly don't read too many sci-fi books. So I'm going to have to go with probably Isaac Asimov. Just, you know, to be a basic bitch.
That is a pretty basic bitch. No Philip K. Dick.
I honestly haven't read too many of his works. I've seen his works interpreted
Did I pig
into
out?
TV
Yeah,
and
okay.
movies.
So my nourishment went over 100 here. So now you can see there's a pig icon right next to my health bar there at the bottom.
Right. What's the debuff again? What is it specifically?
It makes you slower, I believe. You can't run as far or as fast. You know, basic stuff like that. Where's the fucking...
D20 ASMR says Kingdom Come looks clunkier than Daggerfall.
Yeah, you're full of shit, dude. Just gonna be blunt.
Best way kill
it's absolutely not finished. It needed an addition, and I said this before it came out. It needed another delay. That said, one more patch down the road, 2 patches down the road, and frankly, I would take these criticisms a little more seriously if they weren't coming from the same fucking video game media that creamed their fucking culottes over The Witcher 3, where I was spawned inside my fucking horse 4 times in a goddamn row. We all pretend The Witcher 3 wasn't glitchy as fucking ever-living shit.
Where Jerry falls 4 feet and dies.
Yeah, like where I'm talking to a shopkeep in front of himself. There are 2 shopkeeps. One is facing the opposite direction, and he's blocking the fucking camera. I have footage of this, by the way. I've recorded every fucking glitch I encountered on The Witcher 3. I have a fucking master file of gigabytes upon gigabytes of fucking glitch footage in The Witcher 3. And you're gonna try and sell me on Kingdom Come Deliverance being a piece of shit because it's glitchy. Fuck you. You fucking gave that Game of the Year, RPG of the Year, and this is gonna be fucking kept from that consideration because of some fucking glitches? Shut your fucking mouth. Especially in modern gaming where you can patch everything away anyway. You know what I mean? The patch already fixed a lot of the reliability issues, so... Like I said, I haven't had a crash since the patch. I keep seeing a nest, but I can't find it.
I'm gonna try to, repeat this as clearly as I can. It's got some errors in it. Melphis Sky says...
PC load letter?
Do you see Nintendo having a 10-year lifespan for the Switch?
No. No. It'll be a shorter lifespan, but it's gonna be very successful.
Instead of the traditional lifespan. Is it a mistake that will end up biting them in the ass like it did Sony?
No. I think the problem with the PS4 was they were like, okay, we want the PS2 again. That's basically, when they made the PS4, Sony was like, okay, well, the last time we were successful was the PS2, so let's just make that with better graphics. So that's what they did. And that's great and all, but people forgot, I guess, that the PS2 completely ran out of steam at the end of that generation. And for very valid reasons. Reasons of design flaws and, you know, all the shit that the PS4 suffers from, which is kind of a limited feature set, a lot of shovelware. There's a lot of shovelware on the PS4.
Wildy's here.
You know, it has the same flaws as a PS2.
Nice.
There we go. So, you know, it's kind of a situation where, you know, you replicated the successful console, but you also replicated its failings, unfortunately. So if Nintendo avoids... Similarly, this kind of relates to Nintendo as well. If Nintendo avoids... If Nintendo avoids the pitfalls of the Wii, which is clearly what they're patterning the Switch after, because the Wii U was such a failure... If they're able to replicate the successes of the Wii and avoid the pitfalls, they'll be alright. Who's the... Oh, I have to talk to him, but he's sleeping.
Best Way Killer says, ever listen to Screamin' Jay Hawkins, the godfather of shock rock? If so, what do you think of him?
Isn't Arthur Brown really more the godfather of shock rock? But either way, no. No, I haven't. I have listened to Arthur Brown, though. Arthur Brown was a big inspiration for Wasp. You know, Alice Cooper has not mentioned the influence, but no question in my mind he was inspired by him. Jesus, here's a lot of...
It says you're a heretic!
There's a lot of loot here. Fucking... Quilted brown jacket,
To go back to a previous question, D20 ASMR says, I should clarify. The game looks fun, but the animations look clunky as fuck.
I'm not sure I even agree with that. Alright. Dare I? It's a hard lock to pick, and I'm right in front of him. If it makes any noise, it's gonna fucking wake him up.
How many savior schnapps do you have?
I have one, but I'm not gonna fuck with it. Are you ready? We're gonna live on the edge.
Oh, God.
You ready? You ready? Oh, there we go. Good shit. What is this? That's interesting.
That wasn't a hard to open chest.
I wonder if that has to do with the quest.
William Sova says, "Hey Razor, I got a question. Can I sell my girlfriend to a stranger to strengthen my alliance with France in this game?"
I haven't gotten into the courtship stuff in this game, but I know you can.
Really?
No, there's romance.
Jesus Christ.
There's romance stuff in this game. So I'm not... It's not like Witcher 3, which is probably a good thing. I think we've had enough Mass Effect, Witcher, Dragon Age. Hey, look, some tits romances, you know. Like, we've had enough people confusing that with good game design.
Jason the Unpopular says, "Big fan of your channel. You've turned me on to some great stuff I would have ignored otherwise. Thoughts on the Half-Life and Portal series?"
I like but don't love Half-Life. I think Half-Life kind of was so successful. Unfortunately, a lot of those Half-Life tropes were then adopted by games afterward. You know, like the tutorials at the beginning where you have to, like, not tutorials, but the introductory sequences where you're on fucking rails.
Yeah.
And there's kind of, you know, Half-Life 2 definitely had a big part to play in that.
Much like Resident Evil 4, every game afterward had to have quick time events and over-the-shoulder aiming. And
yep, exactly. Is that a headless guard? Is there a headless guard? Folks, we have a glitch.
Oh.
Oh, damn it.
Pop back into existence.
Fuck. That would have been awesome if he stayed headless. Speaking of which, good prog rock band, by the way, Headless, featuring Göran Edman of Yngwie Malmsteen fame on vocals, and Scott Rockenfeld of Queensryche fame on drums. So just a little bit of trivia there for you.
Field O'Bears says, "As a rule, throwing socialists out of helicopters because socialism always ends in starvation and genocide can only do good."
I do not disagree.
The flesh is weak.
And you can actually pay for the fuel if you're a capitalist.
The flesh is weak says, "If you live by the sword, you will die by the sword."
Oh, a little Saxon reference?
Going to accept Rise of Chaos live next week.
Oh.
Beat the bastards down. Godspeed.
They just, how to accept, keep getting better and better between albums. How do they do it?
D20 ASMR says, "Thoughts on Pillars of Eternity, and will you be picking up the sequel?"
It's good. It's good. After the patches, it was. You know, that game is definitely proof that I was correct about Obsidian. You know, that they kind of... They're fanboys. It's not so much the studio. The studio admits when they fail. This is the hilarious part about Obsidian, is Chris Avalone's the first one to admit they fucked up on KOTOR 2. They fucked up on Alpha Protocol. He's the first one to admit this. But the fanboys cannot admit it. You know, they're the ones who can't admit it. But that's a good example of that. You know, Pillars of Eternity. They didn't have a publisher holding them down. Nobody was encumbering... There's no encumbrances on their development whatsoever. And it's still shipped broken. You could beat the game in 12 minutes by speaking the characters out of sequence. Same thing you could do in Fallout New Vegas, by the way, initially. I'm not sure if they patched that out.
I'm sure by now.
But, you know, Obsidian just doesn't make stable games. They have a problem... They have a problem balancing their ambition with what they can actually afford, is their real issue.
Oh, and what were your thoughts on Portal, by the way?
Oh, Portal. I enjoy it. It kind of reminded me, the non-Euclidean kind of level design stuff reminded me a lot of the last level of Thief the Dark Project, where you, like, you'll pop out one portal on a side of the room, like waterfalls that go up walls and onto the ceiling, and then you have to drop out of the waterfall down into a hole on the bottom, like just funky mind-bending stuff. I would be shocked if the guys who made Portal had not played Thief the Dark Project.
Crimson Tide says, what do you call Jewish Pokemon trainer? Ash.
Oh no. And then he goes up the chimney and becomes Misty. But anyway, let's go ahead. What? That's not... The shadows of those smokestacks don't make sense. Anyway.
Lucifer says...
Oh, here we go. Sorry. I told you guys I was going to talk about the one gameplay element I don't like.
And here we go.
Here we go. The fucking archery in this game eats 20 dicks. Yep. So, hold on. Just a moment. Let me put this away real quick. Let me put the bow away, and I want you to point out... Oh, interesting. I'm going to put the bow away, and I want you to pay attention to the user interface on the screen and see what changes here. Are you ready? You prepared? What just changed? When you start doing ranged combat, you lose the targeting reticle. The only gameplay you don't have a targeting reticle. You have a targeting reticle for swordplay. You have a targeting reticle for stealing shit. You have a targeting reticle for fist fighting in this game. They take the targeting reticle away for the fucking archery. And on what planet? Like, okay, I've done archery. Have you ever done archery in real life? Real
Absolutely.
archery?
Yeah.
Real archery in real life is easier than archery in this fucking game.
Yeah.
Who the fuck? Like, look what I'm doing right now. What, I have fucking Parkinson's? I'm not moving the mouse. Makes no fucking sense. I understand you need it to be challenging. I understand you need, like, to have some kind of progression.
No, I've drawn a bow.
So that you can get better, but Jesus Christ.
You can hold that back longer than
it's mind-blowing.
A child.
They way overdid it with the archery in this. I understand you want to prevent people from being the cliche stealth archer, and this certainly accomplishes that. It definitely incentivizes swordplay, but, you know, it makes archery impractical in combat, which sucks. That's not cool. But, you know, I imagine as I progress and get better, it'll improve, but thus far it has not. That's what you get for your horse, the bed sheet. You turn it into a clan member.
Lucifer says, any worshipping of me in this game? What up, T-Boogie, Razor? Any comic books out currently you recommend checking out?
Yeah, I definitely recommend TMNT.
I've heard it's very good.
Oh, the current Ninja Turtles comic is freaking fantastic. Let's see what else. Well, of course, Daredevil.
Yeah.
The current Mayor Fisk storyline, which I think just wrapped up or is just about to, is absolutely excellent. For those who don't know, fucking Kingpin became the mayor of New York.
Because New York people will fucking vote for anyone.
And then he called up fucking Matt Murdock because he doesn't know Matt Murdock is Daredevil.
Yeah.
He doesn't know. Keep this in mind. He called him up because he's like, I need a DA. Or, no, I need a lieutenant governor. And fucking Matt Murdock was like, sure! So Matt Murdock is going to be the lieutenant governor, and Kingpin is the goddamn governor. It's good stuff. Oh, where's the bailiff? Where's the bailiff hanging out at?
Big Paganoka.
I'm looking for the tall, bald guy from Night Court.
Big Paganoka asks, have you seen Boardwalk Empire?
Yes, it's excellent. To me, that is the only HBO show in the last 10 years that is even remotely of equivalent quality to Deadwood. It's the closest thing.
High praise.
Yeah, it's a really, really good show. Where is this prick? Is he up there? Is he upstairs?
Yeah, he's upstairs. There is a door somewhere. It's one of these doors, I think. But going up is the fastest way. Rudiger Sampson says, you said once before to back away slowly from Boom Studios' Elric.
Oh.
Any particular example of why it's so awful?
Is he here? Is this him? No. This is just a guard.
Be a bit more careful.
Hey, you bashed into me, Mr. Yellow fucking shirt. Sorry. Repeat that?
Why is Boom Studios Elric so bad?
Oh god, it's convoluted. It assumes that you know a bunch of shit about the multiverse. If you're already an established Elric fan, you might get something out of it. I mean, but here's the thing. I'm a big-time Elric fan, and I couldn't get into it. You know, it's too much to do with the multiverse. It's too much... There's too many different realities intersecting. It deals with the conjunction of the million spheres and shit like that, which is another thing that Andrei Sapkowski stole, by the way, by name. He actually stole the basic rudimentary concept upon which the world of The Witcher and Elric are based, and he stole the name for it as well. Just fucking FYI for all the jackasses who think it's just, oh, they're two pale guys, that's the only similarity, you fucking retards. Yeah, apart from the fundamental basis of both worlds, really, there's nothing similar at all. But, no, like, fucking... It basically has to do with a bunch of convoluted metaphysical shit, is basically what it has to do. And the art isn't very good. And the scripts are a little meandering. It sucks because the guy who wrote it, Chris Robertson, is probably the only modern shadow writer apart from Matt Wagner who's done anything even remotely readable with that character. His shadow run on Volume 3, I think, of Dynamite, really good. Actually, very, very good.
Liberty Prime says, I need your great relationship advice. I know this awesome girl for years, but I'm afraid to ask her out because I don't want to ruin our friendship. Also, she's 17 and I'm 20. Would that be weird?
You might want to wait a while. That's not that big of an age difference once she's 18. You know, don't break the... Well...
kind of game?
The fuck? Oh, okay, I'm not technically trespassing. Good. Was that the bailiff? No. Fuck, where is this bailiff? He must be downstairs. But, wait, well, actually, depending on what state you are in, she may actually be of age.
There is a state where 16 is the legal age.
No, there's a lot of states, actually, where 16 is the legal age. I mean, it's not that much of an age difference, 20 and 17, but if it's legal, what the fuck?
Nicely done.
I say nut up and ask her out as long as it's legal. I'm not sure. Depending on... prices and participation may vary, depending on state.
Nian Pudge says, read Altered Carbon.
He's recommending you sci-fi novels.
Ah, thank you. Ageless Spawn.
Ooh.
Says, Razor, love this goddamn channel. Love the Wasp mythos the most.
Thanks, bro.
Still can't stop listening to Crimson Idol.
Fuck yeah.
What happened to the West Memphis 3?
You're not familiar with the West Memphis 3 case? So, on May 5th, 1993, 3 8-year-old boys turned up dead in a ditch outside of West Memphis, Arkansas. West Memphis, Arkansas is a tiny-ass town. I mean, it's like...
Everybody knows everyone.
Yeah, it's like... It's really more of a truck stop than a town. And, you know, so it made pretty crazy headline. There he is. There he is. There's the man of the hour. Okay, before I talk to this guy, I'll respond to your question. So 3 8-year-old boys turn up murdered. They were bound with, like, shoelaces and shit. And their bikes were in the ravine right alongside them. Their bodies had been, like, mutilated somewhat. It came out later. They didn't know this at the time because of the limitations of forensic science and kind of a shitty investigation from police.
Yeah.
In 1993, they didn't know this, but most of the wounds happened post-mortem. The boys were just bludgeoned, and that's how they died. So they investigate the fathers, which you're supposed to do, but they really didn't investigate enough, and there were 3 teenagers that they kind of... Actually, there were 2 teenagers that they wanted to get. And, Jason Baldwin and Damien Eccles. And they had their eye on them for a long time because they had gotten involved in graffiti and whatever. They listened to metal. They stuck out. They were wearing all black. Damien Eccles is like the ultimate edgelord. And didn't help his own case. He was also dealing with, like, depression and mood disorders and shit. He was on psychological drugs and so forth. He had a difficult family life. And, he just stuck out like a sore thumb. So basically, they had their eyes on these teenagers right from the get-go. So they basically wrangle up this retard who doesn't even know them, named Jesse Miskelly. And when I say retard, he's not technically a retard, but he had an incredibly low IQ, like 70 or something, like super low. And they basically... The audio footage of this interrogation actually is on the internet, but basically, like, there's a missing 5 hours on the interrogation.
Oh my God.
They start the interrogation and they're like, so, did you kill these 3 8-year-old boys? And he's like, no, I don't know. And did Jason and Damien have anything to do with it? I'm like, and he's like, well, no. Number 1, no. And number 2, I don't even know them. Like, why would I even be involved with that? Then they cut the fucking tape. They come back. He's crying. And he's like, yes, it happened.
Like, Jesus Christ.
The ultimate coerced confession. Just mind-blowing.
Basically, every single injustice you can think of happened in that case.
Yeah, essentially. And then it came out later, a lot of liberal shitbag musicians and whatever got behind the case because it came out that, they were into heavy metal and they were into darker music and whatever. And that's fine, I don't normally like Johnny Depp or the Dixie Chicks or whatever, but they all got behind them and raised money for their defense and whatever. So they wind up getting out of prison. Here's what pisses me off. The state of Arkansas knew they fucked the dog.
Yeah.
They knew it. So they hand them a deal. They say, okay, you can fight us in court and you might have enough evidence to get out of it. But you might not, because you already got convicted and had your fucking... Every single appeal was overturned. Did I mention, by the way, every single appeal was seen by the same fucking shitbag judge who was running for Congress at the time? Like, fucking way to go, Arkansas. But anyway, fucking the same shitbag judge. So this guy... They basically hand them a deal saying, all you have to do is admit guilt while maintaining your innocence. It's called an Alford plea. And we will let you go tomorrow. Basically, we'll let you go as long as you allow us to say the state of Arkansas didn't make a mistake. And so, look, one of them was on death row. I'm pissed about it, but I understand why they took the deal. So they pled guilty while maintaining their innocence publicly. They were able to maintain their innocence in court. So, kind of fucked up. Sorry about that lengthy aside, but it's a complicated case.
Who was it that said, we will not have real justice in this country until you can swing a judge from a tree?
It's true. Oh, fuck, who was that? I just said that. I just quoted that guy not long ago.
Was that Andrew Jackson? I don't know if it was Andrew Jackson.
No. Join the bailiff service.
Master Bailiff, is there anything of
Nothing of interest to me, thank Christ.
But no, I don't remember.
Truer words were never spoken.
It's absolutely factual. One of the problems with our justice system is judges are not accountable. You can technically recall them and whatever, but it never happens. And it's up to, like, peer review, basically. whether or not they're doing... I just saw footage of this asshole judge in traffic court or something, and some guy is sitting there...
Rocket launcher!
Holy fuck! You can watch this on YouTube. This judge... He's seeing this case from, like, traffic court, and the guy mutters profanity under his breath or something. The plaintiff does. And the judge is like, okay, that's a year in prison. And he's like, the fuck? For muttering profanity under his breath. And then the guy, like, shakes his head, and he's like, that's 5 more months in prison. Do you want to make it 5 more? He's literally just handing down sentences. And the hilarious part is, by doing that, the judge is technically making himself the witness in the case.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Judge, is there any... You're the jury, you're the judge, you've made yourself the witness. Is there any job in the court you haven't made yourself, Mr. fucking Judge? And it turned out this particular judge had 75 complaints against him in 1 year, and there had been no peer review on the fucking case. This asshole's just handing down fucking 5-month sentences. This guy wound up getting a 3-year sentence for saying profanity in fucking court. And not even saying it audibly. Just fucking bullshit.
What's life like in that side?
This is a manorial town, and our Lord hasn't got himself tangled up in affairs of state, so it's peaceful here.
Alright, well, I guess I have to join the bailiff
Put
service.
myself under the bailiff.
Yeah, I believe this is part of the
you're
main
young
story.
man
Yes.
Sir Radzig appointed.
Yes.
Very well. Sir Radzig asked me to test you a little, and as it happens, you've come at the right time. We've a few disputes to settle. It seems some of your former neighbors have been acting quite inappropriately. I was hoping having one of their own on the town watch might help sort things out.
I get to crack some skellig skulls or whatever the fuck.
People are
Skellets.
People are suggesting the quote might have come from H.L. Mencken.
Possibly. You guys have access to Google right now, I know.
Bullet Shepherd says, I really didn't appreciate the Holocaust joke last stream. My grandpa died in the Holocaust.
Not anymore,
He was drunk and fell out of the guard tower. That's a classic. I've told that one several times.
It's like the Norm Macdonald joke. Don't make 9/11 jokes. I walked through blood and bones to find my brother. He was in northern Canada at the time.
I love it. Oops, sorry.
Alright.
I have. He trained me, and then Sir Hans Capon challenged me to a duel.
I see. Sir Hans Capon likes to measure his strength against others.
Tell me you
But be
kicked his
careful,
ass.
Henry.
I certainly
Noblemen
did.
are quick
Good.
to anger, and you don't need
I almost lost at archery, though. Almost.
Well, anyway, you're going to assist my town guard. Come to the church in the afternoon. Yaroslav the watchman, Nightingale they call him, will wait for you there. He'll show you around the town and teach you a little about keeping the peace. And you
Okay.
need to stop by the armory to pick up some gear.
Yes, bailiff.
Clear off. I don't want to talk to you.
The guy who just gave me a job can't stand me.
Be quick about it.
Alright.
Let's see. Nightwish fan says, thoughts on the 13 Russian bots the FBI found instead of investigating the Florida shooter.
Yeah. Is it not like... It's like watching... It's like watching Sideshow Bob continually step on the rakes.
Yeah.
Watching the media go after Trump over the Russia thing. It always points back to them. How does this keep happening over and over and over? And there are still some people who are like convinced eventually they're going to find evidence of Russian collusion. Well, now you found evidence of Russian collusion. It was all against Trump, but you found evidence of Russian collusion. There it is. Oh my God. It just... It's not working out for him. Okay.
Let's see. Philip Colby Jr. donated $2. He doesn't say anything, but thank you very much. It is appreciated. Rediger Sampson says, looking for crime pulp mystery reads to hunt for at my local used bookstore. Any suggestions based on The Shadow, since I've just read some of those?
What the fuck? What is going on? Fuck! No!
Oh my god.
What the hell just happened?
You're being accosted and your
They
horse
just killed my horse! They just killed my horse! What the fuck? They just murdered the shit out of my horse!
Any place where you can reload?
Well, you know, I just had... I don't know what happened. I don't know why they're wanting me to surrender. I wasn't caught stealing. I was not caught, so I'm not sure what the fuck they're trying to bust me for.
Yes, correct. He didn't do nothing.
I didn't do... Well, I did do plenty. I just didn't get fucking caught, so what the fuck? This is some bullshit. This is racism. This is anti-Scalise racism. Holy shit! Alright, let's have a fist fight.
You know how this one ends.
I'm gonna die. Ugh. 2-on-1 is a losing proposition in this game. This is not good. This is not good.
Weak at the knees, have you?
Fuck! Well, fuck it. It did save right before. But the problem is, the guy walked right up to me as soon as...
So, any crime pulp mystery reads?
Yeah, definitely. Read Raymond Chandler, read some Philip Marlowe. They're all still in print. Pick up The Big Sleep, pick up, you know, any of these. They're awesome. They're all good and they hold up. Okay, okay.
So did you steal or do something? Because I didn't know.
Maybe somebody caught me lockpicking some of those chests earlier. That's all I can think of.
Okay.
That does happen occasionally. Occasionally people will see you doing something, and instead of shouting and screaming bloody murder, they'll just run away and tell a guard. Which is, you know, that's realistic. That's probably what people would do in real life.
Uzi Patrol donated $20. Thank you, sir.
Oh well. Now my horse is back from the dead. Long live Ann Coulter.
RazörFist-san, senpai, have you ever played the BattleTech CCG?
Yeah, that's how I got into BattleTech. I still have a lot of my BattleTech cards.
You were a Blad on Crowder, God effing speed.
What is that?
BLADT.
BLADT? Blast, I guess?
Blast?
Maybe
yeah.
Maybe a misspelling?
Yeah. KTub7 donated $20. Thank you.
Thanks, bro.
RazörFist, what do you think of the combat of this game? For me, it's really tough for me to fight more than one person at a time.
Yeah. No, there you go. You just saw it. 2-on-1 is a losing proposition. I'm not sure offhand how you change targets. I know you can. But, you know, I'm still learning. I'm only level 5? Something like that? Yeah, I'm level 5. You do not level up quickly in this game at all.
Good.
Not at all.
Take your time.
Yeah, you definitely... Look, this is not just a role-playing game. It is a role-playing sim, clearly. Which is what I dig about it.
He continues with, tough for me to fight more than one person at a time without stealth.
Yep.
And it's hard for me to get into, though. I love the archery. He says he loves the archery. Okay.
Because you're insane. Archery's a bitch.
Tits McGee says, noticed in your top 6 black metal video that you had the return on CD.
Yep.
Have you had a chance to listen to the first 3 Bathory albums on vinyl?
Yeah, of course.
The mix is way different and, in my opinion, better. Also, thoughts on the new Watane?
Well, it depends on which mix you're talking about, dude. Because the Bathory albums were remastered years ago. So it depends on which CD mix you're getting. I'm not a vinyl snob at all. I'm not for black metal, not for anything. I own a lot of vinyl, but I'm not... CD usually sounds better, it's cheaper, and you can take it with you. You know, you can't take your fucking vinyl in your car, you know what I mean? So I'm more of a CD guy, honestly. It's the perfect medium between cassette and vinyl. That's why I like CD. Because you still get decent-sized art, not huge vinyl art. That's the main thing I dig about vinyl, is you get the nice presentation. And it does sound nice sometimes. But with CD, you get decent-sized art, and you get a much better sounding product, and you get to skip tracks, and, you know, you get to take it with you.
Rocket Insano says, I saw the Tartars in the beginning and got Mountain Blade flashbacks. This is what I always wanted from Mountain Blade. If only you could command an army.
If my memory serves me, you're entitled to a helmet, a gambeson, and a club.
That's all.
You want a kiss and a hug as well?
I need equipment.
That's quite enough for patrol.
How about a soldier in medieval Bohemia that doesn't have an American accent? Can I get that? Oh, I'm weighed down.
Leslie Jones Kong says, what do a cooked oyster and a Muslim girl have in common? They've both had their pearls removed.
Oh,
dear.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Serpent21 says, Razor, ever play Decipher's CCG for Trek or Wars?
No. I have some stuff to sell here. I have some stolen goods to sell. I should probably do that to get rid of... I am over-encumbered right now. And you also have to periodically wash yourself.
I'm gonna take you to the bank, Senator Trent. To the blood bank.
How is the volume level, by the way? Is it good?
Pretty good. I would say maybe the voices are a little low, perhaps, but nobody's complaining.
Okay.
That's just me. Let's see. Irish Steel says, I was surprised you of all people made a motherfucking JoJo reference in your Didn't You Get the Memo rant.
Yes.
Are you a fan of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
Not particularly. But the joke was right there, waiting to be made.
Nightwish fan says, funny how Mueller got handed a blank check but left for 4 to 8 years.
Yep. I need some sleep too, Jesus Christ. You have to maintain your sleep level, you have to maintain your nourishment level. Again, not just a role-playing game, this is a role-playing sim. This is the Elder Scrolls game you always wanted, basically. Sans magic, which is, you know, exactly as I would want it. I hate magic classes anyway.
My knee grows like okra, says, shit. Black Panther's so black, when he go to KFC to order dark meat, burnt fries and black cherry coke, yo.
Alright. Let's get some nourishment in me. And then...
Deus Pol Volt says, is this the Dark Souls of Slav Simulator?
Good day, Henry.
The fuck? Talk to me! Talk to me, you prick! Let me sell my shit.
God be with you.
Alright, there we go. Let's sell my stolen shit.
Alright.
Yeah. Sell that. Sell my communion chalices. Can you tell I've been robbing churches? Dyed Bavarian Gambeson. I'm gonna put that in my butthole. No, I'm gonna put that in my inventory. There we go. Silver ring. Good. I'm gonna make a nice little chunk of change here. Anything else? I don't need to be carrying this much armor.
Pragmatic Culture says, Just finished watching your apprentice on... your appearance on Crowder. Funny shit as always. What are your thoughts on Beretta pistols as compared to Glocks, revolvers, etc.?
They're good. They're good. I think Glock people go after them so hard because they're the competition. You know what I mean? But, oops. But in my experience, they're great pistols. I just am not a big fan of contemporary slide pistols in general. So, you know, I'm the wrong person to ask in a lot of ways. Let's see here. Put that black hood away. Put that away.
Jesus Christ, our fucking audience. Jiminy Moon...
What did they do this time?
Jiminy Moon Cricket says, if Black Panther don't say shit, he'll lose 90% of his vocabulary.
Oh.
That's a good Death Wish reference right there.
That was.
Karis says, what's the difference between 9/11 and a cow? You can't milk a cow for 10 straight years. Jesus Christ.
You're gonna end up in Japanese hell. You can trace to your ancestors.
Alright, let's put the, this is probably better, hold on. This is probably better protection. What is this? Protection. Okay. This gives, about 1 protection? That gives 5. Fuck that, then. Yeah, okay, I'm taking that, then. Quilted brown jacket goes away for a little while. It's not very good protection.
Windscar says, he donates $25. Thank you very much.
Thanks, bro.
And he says, hey, Razor, besides your Virago, what other vehicles do you own, and are you a member of the manual master race?
Yeah, I'm more of a manual guy, but no, I own a motorcycle and a car. I have kind of a sports car, mid-90s sports car. It even has a moonroof.
And Rocket Insano says, Millers help you grind for gold.
They do. Yeah, you definitely, if you're into the thiefy shit, you make a lot of cash doing their side quests. They pay well.
Nam Nguyen says, any recommended Sabaton albums?
Oh God, I'm not familiar enough with their discography. I only just got super into Sabaton recently, so I'm still kind of feeling out their discography. I wish I could help you out on that one. But if you want a good Crusader concept album, you should check out Crusader by Saxon. And no, you should check out Lionheart by Saxon as well. Great fucking record.
Mike Merchant says, Bethesda won't add these features, but they'll keep a weapon degradation system for weapons when all you would really need is oil and rags for guns and whetstone for blades.
Yep. Speaking of which, I haven't showed you guys that.
I've seen it and I was blown away. It's so simple, but just brilliant.
Yeah, I haven't shown... Where's the blacksmith? Did I find the blacksmith?
And keep in mind before
Yeah, he's over here.
Keep in mind, folks, before you see this, all I can remember is from Oblivion, when you had, you have little hammers, and you hear a ting-ting whenever you click on them to repair stuff.
That's right, I can unlock the door. I robbed these people blind. I robbed them blind, and then I ran away. I stole their key. Thievery is...
You're gonna end up in Japanese hell, a disgrace to your ancestors.
That notification can never pop up enough times. That movie, by the way, if you guys have not seen it, you need to go out and you need to watch Red Sun.
It's an amazing movie.
Charles Bronson and Toshiro Mifune. Fucking the classic Western cowboy actor and the classic Japanese samurai actor crossover. It's fucking incredible.
Rocket launcher!
As incredible as that notification right there.
Rocket Insano says, rifle type used in School Massacre designed to kill multiple enemy combatants at once.
Yep.
Miami Herald. Oh, thank you, Harold. I thought he had a musket.
Did you hear he's a member of the alt-right?
Yeah.
From the AP? How long? And they didn't delete the story.
No.
It turned out to be bullshit 15 minutes later, and they still haven't retracted the story. There's pictures of him wearing a fucking shirt with more dead commies than a Beatles reunion. That's right, I said it.
Moving on.
Where is the whetstone?
Reminder to do your taxes says. Reminder to do your taxes. Time is almost up. Also, rant about Movie Bob's 22+ Twitter rant about autism, blackface, and how nerds were never really bullied. I gotta read more Movie Bob just because it's always so hilarious.
There we go. Look at this. Insanity.
Gotta get it all along the blade.
Fucking
look at this art right here. This is art.
Look at that. Fucking crazy. Can't believe I'm playing a game where this is a thing. Alright. Let's go down. There we go. And it's so simple. You're absolutely correct. It's simple as fuck. Oops.
Careful.
Thanks.
There you go.
And how do you know when you're done?
I think you just have to check the integrity of the sword. Are you able to access your inventory from here?
No, hold on. You can recognize the correct honing by flying sparks, whereas black smoke coming from under the blade tells you you're damaging, and a well-honed blade is smooth and shiny.
Ah, so it'll actually look different.
It'll look different. That's the indicator. It looks... Everything in this game is in-universe. This is what I love about it thus far. Is again, people are complaining about the saving system. I have to defend it just a little bit because it's at least it's in-universe. It's not something that takes you out of the game so you can sit in a fucking menu.
Go ahead and back out. See if what the integrity is at.
Okay. Let's see.
What are you at?
Oh, there we go.
99%.
99. That is so fucking cool. That is so cool. This game is...
It's what we always wanted.
This game is badass. I can't believe a fucking first-time studio did this.
So,
like I said, I think with one more delay, if they had just taken all these amazing things and had the time to polish them, just one last little bit, I think it would have been absolutely perfect. As it stands, I think 1-2 patches down the road.
Yeah.
This is gonna be...
Apparently there's a big one coming.
Yeah, this is gonna be... Masterpiece is gonna be an understatement if they're able to polish this. Sorry, I hit the fucking phone.
So,
I'm gonna take you to the bank, Senator Trent. To the blood bank.
So we don't really know anything about Movie Bob's Twitter thing.
Yeah, I haven't seen it on account of... I have better things to do with my time than look at Movie Bob's Twitter account.
We'll just assume
just like everyone else.
Full of shit.
Yeah.
Rudiger Sampson says, "Why do you think the Democrats will who do you think the Democrats will prop up?"
Did you see there's a fucking story? Hillary is planning to endorse like 25, 30 fucking Democrats and campaign for them.
Ugh.
The woman is gonna kill her own party. Her party's still reeling from her own failure in 2016, and she's gonna bury the rest of them. I saw that, and I was just like, okay, so fucking Trump, fucking 2 terms. All right, gotcha. I don't see how it ends up any other way.
And he finishes with, "Who will they prop up to get slaughtered by Trump in 2020?" Yeah, yeah, it's
whoever it is. If they're stupid enough to campaign with Hillary, they're done. They're done. I don't think they will.
I'll be with you.
I have to believe they won't be that stupid.
Yeah, I'm with Chad on this. Fucking do it.
Yeah,
please.
What are you hanging around for? Don't you have any work to do?
No, I don't. Sigismund's marauders took everything I had and reduced me to beggary.
What's it about?
Since I lost everything, I've been doing whatever I could to survive. Only I got caught with my hand in someone else's pocket. And since then, I can't even set foot on it.
So you're a pickpocket? Alright, get to the point. But keep your hands where I can see them.
I'm one to talk.
Were taken from me by that
Also, I like the invisible pajamas he's wearing there. With the buttons down the...
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what the fuck is that? There's something that needs to be patched.
If you can get them from his pocket back into mine, where they rightfully belong...
What do I need to
I'll
steal?
give you a share and teach you a handy trick, too.
Ooh, some pickpocketing training? I'm not a thief. On what planet?
Alright, I reckon I can manage that. How much coin are we talking about?
Everything he has on him. Half is yours.
As you can see from my armor, the quality of your armor degrades from combat, from you wearing it.
Yeah, you actually have to have a tailor fix it, right?
Yep. That, by the way, is a feature that was promised in Oblivion and never materialized. That was something Elder Scrolls was supposed to have a long time ago. Alright. Okay, let's steal.
Let's try to catch up here. Best Way Killer says, any chance you might ever stream any of the games from my all-time favorite series, Legacy of Kain?
I would love to, but unfortunately the PC version of Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver doesn't want to work. The only version that I can get to work, and I have a hard copy of it, is the PS1 game, but unfortunately the emulator, it's kind of like the frame rate, it stutters and it's kind of fucky. So yeah, I don't know. I'd love to, but it's a little borked. It's you know, if I can figure out how to make it work.
Michael Murphy asks, how much is this game? I think it's 60.
Yeah, I think it's full price.
Yeah, it's full price.
Rob the rich, give to the poor. There we go. Steal 50. Okay.
Jacob Morrison says,
but yeah, look at that. See my gloves right there? That's not for style. They're fucking degraded because they need to be they need to be repaired. You can actually go to the blacksmith and get them repaired, or go to a tailor.
Jacob Morrison donated $10 and just says DEUS VULT.
Yes. I need to kill some fucking Hungarians.
Aaron and
I haven't done much combat for you guys. I'll have to continue in the main story. I'm sure Ooh, is there another way in somewhere less lit?
Aaron Inair says, "What are your thoughts on the Sly Cooper games, and would you ever stream one?"
What if I got a hold of one? I like them. They're pretty cool. Kind of casual stealth with a bit of action in there. It's a shame Sony put that series on hold, but they seem more interested in set-piece simulators these days.
They're more interested in movies.
Yes.
You heard about that, yeah?
What?
There's going to be a Sly Cooper CG movie.
That's true!
Yeah.
It is not on hold in the classical sense. But yeah. Although, who knows who's gonna fucking make the movie now that it's rumored
I've seen a trailer for it. It looks like some goofy-ass kids movie.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying who knows who's gonna make it, because the rumor is Sony Pictures is gonna get sold.
Ah.
Is there another way in? I thought that was connected, but it's not.
It's your goy, Zach, says, What did the ethereal John say to the ethereal escort? Damn, bitch, you got some boo-tay.
No! Why would you... Get out. Go.
Rocket Insano says, the right worships a god. The left worships themselves.
Ooh.
Ketracel White Power says...
Still the best name.
DEUS VULT, goys. When do you unlock the Prima Nocta perk?
I don't know. Hold on. Actually, I think that is actually a perk. On stealth, right? No, I'm thinking of something. I thought that was an actual perk. I don't think it was called that, but I... No, come on. Deal with fire. How much nourishment do I have?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What's up?
It's your boy Zach says, how would you answer the Ferengi question? Triple parentheses.
There is no Ferengi question. The Ferengi are fucking amazing. Fuck you.
Oh, dear God, what have we become?
They're just space capitalists.
Malroad Kill says...
Okay, here we go. Hold on. Absolute concentration here. Need to pickpocket this guy. I can stealth kill this guy if I want. Come on. Oh, there we go. No. Gotta try again. I don't know what the fuck I just got. What the hell was that? A wild boar's tusk. I didn't get the money I was looking for, but by God, I grabbed that wild boar's tusk. Who the fuck goes to bed with a wild boar's tusk in their fucking...
Are you sure it was in his pocket?
I know, right? Let's try this again. Okay. Wish me luck, guys.
What the hell?
Fuck!
Rob me.
Fuck!
Knock him out.
Fuck!
Knock him out.
Fuck! Actually, it's saved right as I got the quest.
Ah.
So what am I doing? Using the old think box. Yes, I just saved scummed. See what I mean? Like, the save system isn't that bad. It does save after you get a quest. So it's not actually as bad as people have been making it out. I do hope they patch it, because as I've said many a time, I hate checkpoints in games, especially stealth games, which is basically what I'm playing this game as.
Let's skip straight to Grayscale Plaid, who donates $10 and says, it's not the Ferengi question, it's the changeling question. Triple parentheses. Jesus.
You know, you're not wrong. I also love that season of DS9 when you get to where the changelings have infiltrated Earth and you're not sure. It's basically that episode of TNG, Conspiracy, only it's a whole season. And it's way better and darker and better written.
Malroad Kill says, how is a woman like KFC? When you're finished with the breasts, you have a greasy box to stick your bone into.
You got a million of them, folks.
Got a favorite space warship? You rock.
Well, warship... warship. Defiant, bitch. Defiant, bitch. It's a giant space gun with fucking engines attached.
I would say it's not official, but if you played Star Trek Armada 2, there was a great mod for it that added a lot of ships.
Uh-huh.
There was a class of Federation starship called the Avalon class, which basically turned it into an aircraft carrier.
Wow.
That specifically launched shuttles, combat shuttles. And I really loved that. The design was really cool.
Yeah. I love Star Wars, but Star Wars doesn't have the greatest in the way of warships. I've never been big on their warships. You know, the Calamari Cruiser, the fucking Rebel Frigate. Like, none of that stuff is terribly memorable.
Yeah.
But the fighters!
Fighters are all amazing.
Fighters is where it shines. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. He woke up.
You! What the hell are you fooling about here for? Be off right now or I'll fucking see you off.
What's with you?
That's fine. I'm technically not trespassing yet. It's just private property.
Are you looking for me?
But
Mother of God!
What is this guy doing?
Mother of God! Hey!
What?
Fuck you, pal. You know what? Fuck you. Close the door, and I'm gonna hide here.
Let's see. Rex W says, Godspeed from Las Vegas, Uncle Razor. Well, Godspeed to you too, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Whoa! That was a bit of a glitch. Did I not fucking shake this guy?
JSC Hong says,
okay, fuck this.
How many traps have you banged, and would you bang me?
None and no.
DEUS Pole Vault says, Friggity freck, you Razor, I never played a stealth character. Heavy armor all the way.
I like that too. I either go to one extreme or the other. I love playing a big axe-wielding barbarian, or I like playing a thiefy type. You know, those are the two.
P.S. Tell the maternal frackers that 1488 is my donation. It's mine. Friggity frack off.
All right, I think I'll...
You're a popular guy. What can I say?
You're a trendsetter.
18 Putza says, do you have a Mines account?
I do. It's mines.com/RazörFist, I believe. I believe it's linked on my main page, on my channel page. I think. Alright, let's try this once more from the diaphragm. It sucks. First pickpocketing attempt worked just fine. Let's try this again. I think I'm just getting too close. Alright, here we go.
Don't need a pretzel. Or that. Nice.
Jesus. I need the money.
Oh. Well, you got the key.
Right? Am I crazy? Maybe it's because I'm not tracking it. Is this him? I'm not sure this is the guy. Well, whatever. I'll rub him blind anyway. God damn this guy with the boar's tusks.
Well, you'll eventually get everything. So.
I guess. You know what? Fuck this. I'm just gonna knock him out. It'll be safer that way. It'll be way safer. Nobleman's gun. Yeah, he doesn't have the money. This isn't the right guy.
Chicken Bone donates $20. Thank you, sir. He asks, is it worth it to move to Phoenix? Been thinking about it since a week I spent there 4 years ago in July. It was hot, but I enjoyed myself. Also, how would you break it to a buddy that you haven't cared about Slayer in 15 years?
Tell him I have ears. Is it worth it? Yeah, totally. I love it here. I might, though, honestly, if you want some of the benefits of Phoenix politically and climate-wise, but don't quite like the insane heat that you get here in Phoenix and aren't quite as crazy about the crowds, you might consider other cities in Arizona. Like, I'm a big fan of Prescott. Prescott is great, and it's like it's a big city, or medium to large size city, but there's forest in the area, so it's not quite as hot. It's up in the mountains. It actually snows in the winter, and it does get hottish, but not like sweltering like in Phoenix. And there's kind of an Old West kind of style about it. They still have Whiskey Row down there, and they have a lot of that old 1800s architecture still. It's kind of an Old West mining town, just up in the mountains. Big motorcycle culture up there. I've been thinking about moving there for a number of years. But yeah, look at some other places. Payson is a great town. Just don't go to Flagstaff and don't go to Tucson. Don't fuck with that.
Ugh.
Yuma Although Yuma's really fucking hot. If you wanted to avoid the heat, you would not go to goddamn Yuma. Yuma is where they filmed Return of the Jedi.
Oh my god.
And they filmed the desert sequences in Spaceballs.
It's your goy, Zach says, when playing Fallout New Vegas, I prefer the merchant playthrough, where I take as much shit as I can and carry and sell it to the nearest buyer, preferably from the corpses of my enemies. Can I do that in this game?
Can you be a merchant? I don't know. I haven't
robbed the dead.
Like I said, if you want to play the game a certain way, you have to make that call early on, and you have to stick with it. So I made the call early on that I'm going to be a thief, I'm going to be, stealth character, and I've been sticking with that. I have not been wandering outside of that play model, because otherwise you wind up putting points into skills that you don't need. Like a proper role-playing game. So I couldn't tell you, unfortunately, because I don't know.
Game King says, opinion on the Black Panther media circus.
I already did a video about it, brother.
He did. He did indeed.
They preemptively made that narrative, and anyone who said anything bad about the movie was already going to get called racist. I could see that coming from 20 blocks away. Okay, I think this is the guy. I think this is the guy we need. All right, okay. There we go. And I got a perk for pickpocketing. How about that? I also love it. Actually, everything you interact with in the world, it animates your hands doing it.
Yeah.
You don't...
I noticed that. It's really cool.
Everything, like I said, everything in this game is in universe. They don't take you out of the... What the fuck? No! You did not!
You should have just left.
I should have just left. Ugh. Hold on. You can sometimes talk your way out of this. Sometimes. 5 + 3. I have been given a secret task. Okay, let's take a vote, folks. Should I go with Watch Your Step, I'm in the services of the Lord of Rete, or should I go with I have been given a secret task? Because I don't think Don't Mess With Me is going to work on a guard. I don't think. Make your selections now, folks. Let's see. This way I get to blame you if it goes sideways.
Yes.
Mind you, I may fail both anyway.
We're getting a lot of votes for body bag.
I could also bribe the guy. I do have money.
Secret task. Rete, secret task.
Okay.
It seems to be a lot of people saying secret task.
Okay, let's try it.
Just my luck.
No, I like how I leveled up on speech while fucking up. You like that?
Between King Wentz.
My heart.
Oh, fuck. Well,
Just reload. You know where he is now.
That much? I don't...
Well, it...
Flee! Flee! Yeah, I can just reload. It doesn't matter. Now that I know where he is, it'll be a lot easier.
Bullet Shepherd says...
Sorry about this, guys. Sorry about the safe scumming.
That village is full of Witcher fans, which is why they hate you. Rex W says, any interest in trying out Warframe?
Not particularly.
Yeah. Not his kind of game, folks. Black Raptor says...
Free to play, has that streamlined kind of Halo-looking art style.
Yeah.
It's kind of every video game ever.
Recently read
Wildy's here.
Oh, Wildy's here. Recently read up to number 19 in the Valerian and Laureline comics. Great stuff here. Can't wait for the other French comics you would recommend. Got the Elric Blu-ray disc. Waiting for... Wait, no.
No,
Elric
Bond
BD?
Dessinée. Yeah, Bond Dessinée.
Huh. Waiting for number 3 of that series.
Yeah, it's... number 8 is coming out. They just announced that this week. I should tell you guys. the third volume of the Elric French comic is going to be translated into English and released in September of this year. They finally announced it. So. Alright. I'm doing alright at the lockpicking.
Nicely done.
Alright.
Jesse K says, thoughts on the idea that Kennedy was offed by Uncle Sam? Also, thoughts on the band Stradivarius.
You know, Kennedy, people kind of forget how unpopular Kennedy was at the time. I don't... Like I said, don't go for a complex conspiratorial explanation when something more logical and less sensationalistic will suffice. That's kind of my rule of thumb. Alright. Just wanted to level up my pickpocketing there.
Just taking that poor man's tusk.
Yep. Fuck him. Why is he going to sleep with a tusk in his pocket?
And what about Stradivarius?
Stradivarius is pretty cool. That's the band that Jens Johansson of Yngwie Malmsteen fame does, I believe. And they're pretty cool. They're pretty cool, although Jens Johansson's kind of a prick.
Jace Schuldberg says...
No, he really is. Like, a bunch of people talk about how Yngwie has a huge ego, and that's why he's gone through so many lineup changes. The truth is, Jens Johansson's antics have a lot to do with that. Like, the story of how Jeff Scott Soto got kicked out of that band for the last time in 88 or 89 or whenever, fucking Jens Johansson, they're in a bar, and Jens Johansson throws a fucking wine glass on the floor and breaks it. He was just being a dick. And so Jens Johansson, like, shatters a bunch of glass, a bunch of crystal.
It says you're a heretic!
On the ground, and, I guess the bouncer turns around and sees a bunch of shattered glass, and Yngwie was standing right there, too. So they blame Yngwie for it. So Yngwie fires his whole fucking band, because he realized they fucked him. So, like, a lot of the lineup changes actually have to do with, Jens Johansson being a little bit of a prickaroo. Let's see here. Okay. Don't fuck up. Don't get greedy. Be careful.
Hold the questions.
Hold the questions. Let's not fuck up. Oh god. Oh god.
So you
oh
have
god.
to... Now just leave.
I'm just leaving. That's what I'm doing. Gone, daddy, gone. Okay. Sorry, now that we've passed the save scum portion of this evening's live stream, actually, I have a perk that I can level up here. What do I get here? Pocket Sight. What is this? Immediately reveals one of the items in the pickpocketing victim's inventory. Reveals stats for half the victims, for half the items in a pickpocketing victim's purse. I don't know what that means. Reduces your chance of being discovered when there's a lot of people around. When looting corpses, you'll find more money. A lot of good ones.
While you're deciding, Jason Schulberg says, "Hey Razor, I'm no longer in the Middle East. Checking out that arcade you recommended me a few months back. Question, what motorcycle do you ride?"
I ride a 93 Yamaha Virago. I am more of a British motorcycle guy, but I was looking at prices on Triumphs, and also the issue with Triumphs is repairing them is a little costly. The parts are pretty expensive. So I decided, you know, I'm gonna stop being anti-Jap. I'm gonna give Japanese bikes a chance, and I haven't regretted it. They run pretty well. They require not much maintenance. They don't leak, like, you know, Harleys do. I love Harley Davidson, but you know they overcharge for them because they've gotten very comfortable with their fat, balding, middle-aged, fucking Vietnam vet audience.
Oh, and welcome back from the Middle East.
Yeah, welcome back.
Bullet Shepherd says, we was crusaders and shit. Game King says...
That's the version of the game Polygon wanted.
Game King says, opinion on the band Beast in Black.
I have never listened to it. I thought you were talking about Battle Beast for a second there, but... Okay, let's, well, in the meantime, let's go on with the story, I suppose.
Metalhead Martyr says, just saw Black Panther. No offense to anyone, but did I just watch the black person's version of the alt-right? I'm so fucking confused.
I'm not really seeing that. The plot of the film apparently is Black Panther's kingdom has a wall and keeps out all foreigners, but Black Panther himself is against that policy. So I'm not... The people saying it's black alt-right, I don't know. That seems a bit of a reach to me.
Best Way Killa is saying Beast in Black is former members of Battle Beast.
Oh, I see. I didn't realize they had been around long enough to fucking have former members. Between 11 and 1900. Ah, shit. Well, fuck. Oh, and my apple's spoiled. God damn it.
Everything's just going wrong today.
I know!
Rudiger Sampson says,
What's
any
this?
chance you guys are original Twilight Zone fans? If so, what are your favorite episodes?
I am not a big Twilight Zone guy.
The only one that comes to mind from the original series is I, Robot, because that had Leonard Nimoy in it.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never been really into Twilight Zone.
Lucifer says, thoughts on The Expanse?
Really fucking cool show. Really cool show. Probably the best sci-fi show going right now. People are talking about Altered Carbon. I do believe, after reading the producers' fucking political comments and how the fucking show is conceived as transparently ideological, I do believe I will give that a hard pass, my friends.
Let's see.
I think I can do without that.
Chucklefuck the Esporter says, any chance you guys do a 2-player Divinity Original Sin 2 stream?
Ooh.
That game is pretty expensive.
That'd be cool. We could also do a little multiplayer chivalry.
Actually Mad says, sup Razor, I just got out of work and thought I'd stop in. Any
Godspeed.
opinion on Buckethead?
I mean, good guitarist, I guess. I don't know. I never got super into Buckethead. That was kind of one of those guys, just for whatever reason, never got into. Plus, you guys know, a Guns N' Roses connection is never going to endear a guitar player to me, ever.
Melfist Sky says, opinion on the god-awful Teen Titans Ghost redesign of the Ninja Turtles for the new TMNT cartoon.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any of the reveals for the new TMNT cartoon. Are you talking about the CGI one that, like, is just ending? Holy crap, Citizen Kane is on. They're selling Orson Welles wine. Oh, Turner Classic Movies. Sorry, we have Turner Classic Movies on mute in the background, and they are shilling Orson Welles, Alfred Hitchcock, and Sunset Boulevard wine.
Cool.
Alright.
Burger Lord says, fun fact, literally the only Jewish operator in Rainbow Six Siege is called fucking Ash.
Are you serious?
Wonder if they snuck that in.
Oh, that's not...
Heavy Hebrew says, a priest and a rabbi are walking down the street and both see a little kid. The priest says, I want to screw that kid. And the rabbi responds, out of what? That's pretty good.
The priest says, don't blow your stack. Anyway, let's...
Eric Bergen says, speaking of medieval sandbox RPG
that's
sim
another
games.
minor detail. Most people will think this is minor. This is something I dig. Check this out.
You can't go through bushes.
You can't go through bushes. I'm so sick of modern games where bushes are just fucking... They're air. They're air with leaves.
Maybe one day we'll have the processing power to actually have them move.
Yeah, that's all I'm looking for.
Eric Bergen says...
I remember when Todd Howard promised that every leaf on every tree would interact with your character.
Yeah, no.
Tell me lies, tell me sweet
What is that, 10 years
lies.
ago now? Something like that.
Whatever it is.
Eric Bergen says, speaking of the medieval sandbox RPG sim games, thoughts on Mountain Blade 2? Also, what do you think would make a perfect new Star Wars RPG? Many people have asked before. He hasn't played Mountain.
Yeah, I've not played Mountain Blade.
Yeah. And a perfect new Star Wars RPG?
I don't know. I think KOTOR was cool, but I think you would have to go a different direction. You know, I think you would have to... Maybe a game set in a more specific circumstance instead of having it be purely Jedi themed. Like, oh no, actually, you know what? Have it, because the last proper Star Wars RPG was KOTOR, right? KOTOR 1 and 2, and that was, hey, you're a Jedi Knight. How cool would it be to have that level of dedication to the concept, but instead it's like smugglers or bounty hunters or something? Like, pick a different occupation in the world of Star Wars and run with that. I'd like to see that, personally.
No, it's got to have Jedis.
It'll have Jedis, you just won't be playing as one.
It will never sell, and they'll never make it.
No, that's bullshit. They made Star Wars Bounty Hunter. They made fucking X-Wing.
They used to make those.
This is true.
You forgot your fortune cookie. What? It says you're shit out of luck.
That's a new one.
Yep, I added that in last time. Oh, come on, you fucker.
Oh my god, Jesus Christ, guys.
A Nightingale Patrol.
Tone it down a little bit. Karis says, what's the difference between white Jews and black Jews?
A crematorium?
The black Jews have to sit in the back of the gas chamber.
Oh, that's awful.
Oh god.
That's a bit much.
Oh. Gene Cisco says, I'm not saying we grab guns, storm Marvel HQ, say aloud we draw the line here no further, and justify it by saying there are tyranny, as laid out by the Constitution. But I'm not saying
yes.
Tits McGee says, saw you had the Return on CD in your top... Oh, wait. Did he already ask this?
I think he did.
Yeah. That must be an error.
What the fuck? Hold on. Okay. I need to... Here we go. Join Nightingale Patrol between 11 and 1900. Well, it's after 11.
Is there, like, a quest marker? Does it show
There
where
is.
he is?
There absolutely is. The quest marker's right here. Oh. Oh, where'd it go? Yeah. It's right around here.
Is he inside?
I don't know. No, there's just a woman and a fucking priest here. A priest with a woman. That's a good one.
Let's see. Dewey666 donated $30.
Here we go.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's talk to Nightingale here.
We'll get to that in
Here
just
I
a
am.
second, guys.
My name is Henry. We're supposed to go on patrol together?
I see you're kitted out.
Ready to get going.
I'm Nightingale.
Aren't you that lad the mill wench brought here on a car?
Mill wench!
Teresa. Yes, she rescued me. She turned up with Captain Robot and his knights.
All honor to the girl. She has bigger balls than most men. Tell me, how did you pay her back?
A firm dicking.
I thanked her.
That's not much, is it? You should go and see her when you get a chance. So, how did you end up in the service of the bailiff?
None of your business.
I have my reasons.
I don't doubt it.
Come with me, Henry. We'll patrol the town and then check on the tavern.
You have the right to be dead.
I'm supposed to try you out and, with the help of God, teach you something. So I expect you to deal with any misconduct yourself. I'll make sure you don't do anything too stupid. Let's
Like
go.
put a cereal bowl on your head.
This is our church, St. Matthew's. It
Okay.
serves not only as the house of God, but as the crypt of the
So
Lord
Dewey666 donated $30, and that's very generous. Thank you.
The gravedigger lives right round the corner. The priest
From reigniting my love of film noir, synthwave, DS9, and black metal. Thank you and Godspeed. 2 questions. Where do you think WWE will go after Vince?
Pretty big, eh? The bailiff
People are predicting it'll get better after he dies. I disagree. I think it'll get notably worse.
Well, yeah, because Triple H will inherit the fucking company.
And honestly, mostly Stephanie's going to, and she's even worse.
And is Metal Mythos Shoya in the works?
He lives by Gallows Hill, the other side of the creek.
It's not in the
Brand new
works.
in autumn, and 2 people have already been rotting on it.
Joss Ricketts says, did you play Gothic or Gothic 2?
I played Gothic 2, I believe.
Cool. And Dennis Head says, favorite metal album.
But it's nothing compared to Two Worlds, right?
Dennis Head asks, what's your
this?
favorite metal album cover?
Not big enough for you.
Well,
What's this?
What's
what are
all
you two
this then?
screeching about? Stop making such a ruckus.
About time you turned up. This filthy beggar thinks.
My name is Jane.
You know, it's a woman in medieval Bohemia. You could just stop at this woman thinks.
She can come and stink in front of my shop. I want you to get rid of her.
What's the problem here?
This is my shop, and I won't have beggars sitting on my doorstep. Let her go and squat in the square. She won't be in anyone's way there, and there's plenty of folk to beg from.
Must you sit here, of all places?
Yes, I do.
What?
Why?
Why?
Folk drive me away wherever I sit. I can't keep walking all day and night.
That's a really lame excuse to not move down the fucking street. I kind of want to drive the beggar away. I gotta be honest. I'm leaning toward.
You know how many I see sitting outside of McDonald's?
Oh my god. You call yourself a Christian, armorer? God, that is a line of dialogue you would not see in any other modern game. Let's see here. Fuck this.
I think you'd better go.
I'd like to know why. I've got a right to be here.
No, you don't.
No one asked for your
No one has rights in medieval Bohemia. What the fuck are you talking about?
Good man, please don't drive me away.
Not another word. Clear off.
Wait, I know you. You're Henry, the blacksmith's boy from Skalitz.
Oh boy,
Your father would be ashamed of you treating a neighbor like that.
said the beggar.
Oh, Jesus.
I can't not select this just because of what it's. I can't. Oh.
Now you've done it. How dare you talk about my father, you bitch. Get lost. Get the hell out of here. Go.
Holy
I'm going.
Bohemian balls, man.
Pull you off by the feet with your snout dragging in the mud.
Didn't you overdo it a bit?
Nope.
Me? You were yelling at her too.
Yes, right. Anyway, thank you for the help, lad.
But you did the right thing.
That was amazing. I love this game. Oh, game of the year.
Probably.
Oh my god. That was incredible. Well, don't forget Battletech's coming out.
True.
And Underworld Ascendant. Did you see I won the shirt?
I know. Congratulations. I'm fucking jealous.
Good stuff.
Dennis Head asks, what's your favorite metal album cover?
My favorite metal album may be Sacrifice by Motorhead. Where the snaggletooth has a fucking vagina throat and a penis tongue.
Oh my god.
They photoshopped that out for the European version.
Oh, no kidding. Hardcore Bunny says, how did the Shadow and Elric lose their popularity?
In the Shadow's case, what happened is the character was...
You're following the wrong guard, by the way.
Yeah, I think I am. In the Shadow's case, I just noticed. In the Shadow's case, it's because he was purchased by Condé Nast, and Condé Nast has been treating the character like a fucking piggy bank. So basically, Street and Smith created the character. There he is.
Your old neighbors are living here now.
Condé Nast purchased the character when Street and Smith went out of business in the late 40s. And they basically just sit on it, and they wait for people to approach them and pay them licensing fees for the character. They're basically treating the Shadow like a piggy bank.
Yeah.
It's like, they have no vested interest in actually advancing the cause of the character, so they just sit back and wait for third-party companies to approach them, and they cash a fat fucking check, and they don't do anything to promote it, and they don't really give a fuck. This is why there's not been another Shadow movie. This is what, you know, other parties had to approach them about making a Shadow movie in the 90s. Actually, they approached them about making it in the 80s because of the success of Batman. So that's why the Shadow fell out of popularity, and Elric fell out of popularity because... And it's kind of the same, actually kind of the same thing with Elric, is third party, the company that owns the rights to Elric hasn't really pushed it. And another reason, of course, is Michael Moorcock stopped writing Elric novels. He stopped writing traditional Elric novels. The Moonbeam Roads trilogy was from a few years back, like I think the last one was 2005. And, you know, it wasn't really a traditional Elric novel. I think if Michael Moorcock wrote another proper medieval fantasy Elric novel, I think it would do a lot to revive the character, because Michael Moorcock is still a really big name in fantasy. Very much respected.
Let's see. John Titor donates twice and asks, thoughts on the Venture Brothers?
Not really a fan. Not at all.
Corvus Andrathi says, hey Razor, and PS4 games like Total War for PC?
Sorry, Total War and what?
Hey Razor, and PS4 games like Total War for PC? Question mark. That's not a sentence.
Any PS4 games, I guess, is probably what he's asking there.
Yeah, you know what? It was probably autocorrect.
I don't have that on PS4.
We've also got the baker's shop here, and that mad merchant vault.
Are there any games like Total War?
Oh, are there any games like it? What is that, like an RTS?
I think.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, Halo Wars is going to be coming out on, you know, Xbox One. That's all I can think of, and that's not on PS4.
The Trader's Tavern.
You know, unfortunately, that's a genre that just died after the late 90s. And you'll get one at here and there. You'll get like a Civ game or some such, but that's kind of... It's just been limping along. Even like StarCraft 2. After the initial hype died down, StarCraft 2 kind of fell off the earth. It's big in Korea because all StarCraft is big in Korea, but here in the States, like... I don't know anyone who really plays StarCraft 2 regularly.
Jason the Unpopular says, have you had a look at the newest volume of the French Elric comic?
Yeah, it looks amazing. It looks incredible.
See that filthy beggar? By Christ, I'll show the bastard.
God, is that all we do? Drive off beggars? Here we go.
Bit of story up here, folks.
Yep.
We'll hold questions for now.
Comfortable, are we? Arms, please, sir.
That didn't look like a comfortable position.
Are you stupid or just insolent?
Well, what's the matter?
Stupid, then. There's no begging allowed here, so pick up your stinking arse and haul it somewhere else.
And he said I went over the top.
Me, us, everyone. If Sir Hanu saw you here, he'd take a whip to you.
All right, I'm
Do
going.
do.
Damn beggars. You offer them a helping hand, and they want the whole arm. It's not like the rules aren't clear. Beggars belong at the church.
Medieval socialism. Okay, well, he took care of that one.
Here's the forge. The blacksmith has some trouble.
I guess this is the mission that's supposed to show you around the city.
Yeah, which I've already been all around the city,
Right.
so this is kind of arbitrary. But it's good. It's a good opportunity to answer questions.
Laughing Man says, I'm looking forward to playing this. Started downloading this Thursday morning. Fuck my internet.
Oh.
Hopefully it will be done downloading in the morning when I get home from work, and then you can look forward to downloading the patch too.
I haven't... maybe the initial download had the patch included, but I didn't have the crazy patch download time. There was a really small patch that was like 10 megabytes. But that's it. And after that, I didn't have any more crashes.
James Dietrich says, you guys read classic National Lampoon? I feel you should. The one article on how ice hockey evolved from the slave trade was top-notch. Jesus.
No, I didn't read that.
The Rate fiefdom is pretty big.
Semarv says
the size of the city too. Again, it's funny because you have, again, like I said earlier, go back and read some of those hyperbolic ass Skyrim, especially Skyrim, but also Witcher 3 reviews where they were like, only a CD Projekt could possibly create a city this big. And it's like, well, unless it's a fucking first-year Czech developer, I guess.
Simarv says, speaking of Battletech, you ever play via Mega Mech?
Yeah, all the time.
Cool. Jace Schuldberg donated $20. Thank you very much.
Thanks, bro.
Checking your arcade recommendations for you, my motorcycle trip to Arizona. What is the bike you ride? I think we just answered that.
Yeah, I just answered that.
Have you ever ridden a sidecar like a Ural or an Enfield bike?
No.
I have a Ural, and of course, you and T are welcome to ride.
I want to get one of those ones with the capsule on it, like in Mad Max.
Oh, yeah.
The frickin' jet cockpit.
Jesse K says, thoughts on the idea that... Oh, I guess...
Okay, are we done yet? Jesus.
How goes it?
Well enough.
Tell me it's over.
It's quiet today.
K-Tub says, by the way, there's a console command that gives you the reticule for the bow in this game.
Really?
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know.
You don't know.
Wish I knew what that was.
Yeah.
Because it's freaking maddening. Why would the one thing where they take the reticle away be the goddamn bow?
Nathan W. donated $25. Thank you very much, sir.
I do know how to bring up the console, but...
How do you pick up multiple Jewish women? With a shovel. Jesus, guys. Come on. You're making me look bad. Helicopter Kicks says, Razor and TG, maybe an odd question, but what do you think of the late 80s and early 90s action stars?
Hold on, I think we're hunting down a pickpocket here. I think. What's up?
What the fuck are you doing here when you're supposed to be on the gate?
Oh, no.
Move your carcass and
Never mind. Sorry, continue.
Oh, what do you think of late 80s, early 90s action stars like Michael Dudikoff, Lorenzo Lamas, Jeff Speakman, etc.?
Lorenzo Lamas is kind of cool, I guess.
Oh, sorry, the question is, why do you think they never caught on?
Oh, why did they never catch on? Cause 80s action was kind of dying. It's kind of like hair metal. It was kind of dying by the end of the 80s. A little bit. You know, there were really cool kick-ass, what the can I not sit? Okay, I guess I have to sit here. We're gonna play dice, I guess. I have not played dice yet, so this should be interesting.
That fool got me all worked up.
Oh. The console command is WH_PL_showfire cursor space 1.
Cool. I'm not gonna do it just now because I don't want to break the game.
Yeah.
This game.
We're streaming. We'll do it, you know.
Yeah, we'll do it on our private time here.
Shouldn't we be on patrol instead of drinking?
You're eager, aren't you? Don't worry. Even watchmen are entitled to a break, except the ones on the gate and the tower, of course. But that's enough about that. Let's not let it.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. One entrance into this city, they frisk you down for weapons. The other one, they demand a reason for why you're coming into town. So you kind of have to pick your poison, and depending on if you're playing stealth or whatever, you can kind of strategically decide how to
lure them away from the gate.
You can. You absolutely can. And if you're stealthy enough, you can just, while they're looking the other way, you can sneak right around and whatever. I'm wondering if there's an alternate entrance into the city. I'd be surprised if there isn't. Oh boy. Do I want to play dice? I usually hate fucking mini games. We'll see how this goes. Is this liar's dice? Okay. Okay. Henry's movie Bob die.
He?
What am I doing here?
Is this just poker dice?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Hold
on. Help. There we go. If you want to try your hand at gambling, it's possible to play the dice game of Farkle in every respectable tavern. The goal of this two-player game is to be the first to reach a certain number of points. 6 dice are thrown and the players alternate turns. Points are gained for every 1 or 5 thrown and for 3 or more of a kind of any number. Okay. Scoring is as follows. 1 is worth 100 points. 5 is worth 50. How does that make sense? 3 of a kind is worth 100 points multiplied by the given number. Okay. Oh, this is convoluted. Okay. Player's turn always begins by throwing all 6 dice. The player then uses E to select and set aside scoring dice, and at least 1 die must always be set aside. Then the player can throw the remaining dice again using F, and the situation repeats. Scoring combinations are counted for present throw, not the entire turn. The key element of the game is that if a throw does not produce a single scoring die, then the player's turn is over, and all points gained up to that point during the turn are lost. It is then the opposing player's turn to throw. Therefore, it is advisable to end your turn using Q before there's a significant increase in the chance that not a single die will score. Okay. I think I get it. Well, we have... Actually, we have 2 pair here. We have 3 pair, actually. A pair of 5s, a pair of 4s, and a pair of 6s. So... Alright. Alright. I'm probably playing this wrong, guys. Yeah, you know, this is...
You busted.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Aw, shit.
Should I? Shouldn't I? No, I daren't.
Okay, so we got, not much in the way of scoring. Let's see here.
After you're done with this game, we should probably answer a few questions. Like, in a row.
No? Pass? Okay, whatever. This is weird. Bust, I guess? This is very confusing. First time I've ever played this, guys, so sorry.
I'll be right back with that.
God's holy hat.
It's definitely not as fun as Liar's Dice from Red Dead. Very strange. So suddenly I can't put dice aside?
Choose the 5. And then score and roll again.
Okay, whatever. It works suddenly, so I'm not gonna complain. Shit. No pair. Okay.
Keep the 1.
Yeah. There we go. Pulse pounding action.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on.
Go ahead and
yeah, let's try to blow through some. Josh Riskett says, any recent bands, performers you recommend?
That'll do me.
Yeah, I recommended Enforcer on a previous stream. Also a pretty good band by the name of Cry of Dawn that I've been into. If you like melodic AOR, really cool band. I just got their album. I think it was from early last year it came out.
Just one more thing and we're done for the night.
Heavy on the keyboards, so if you're not into that kind of thing, but it's like 80s AOR, just super cheese. I love it.
Skalitz, but here in Rattay we close up at this hour. Except, of course, during fairs and big festivals. Then we don't close at all.
I see. Should I go and ring the bell?
If you wouldn't mind. The bell is hanging outside the rat house. Ring 3 times, then go to the Trader's Tavern by the market square and make sure the innkeeper closes up.
I'll do that.
Oh my God!
Before I forget, it's forbidden to walk in Rattay at night without a torch. Here, take this one.
Maybe that's why they were chasing you before. Because you didn't have a torch? Remember that one time you were on your horse?
I think they just mean guards.
And The Flesh is Weak says, but can you play as a black woman? Nazi? No? Gotta hang out best RPG to DLC again, I guess.
Oh, drat. Better luck next time, Warhorse Studios.
Thoughts on Neuromancer? How'd you pitch the Neuromancer movie?
I'm not a big Neuromancer fan, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah,
so
I think somebody else might be better qualified to answer
Yeah,
that.
definitely. I was never a big Neuromancer guy, you know.
Best Way Killer says
it didn't invent cyberpunk. I don't know why it was described as cyberpunk, so in the sense that it kind of coined the term, I guess it's important. But I think the themes of cyberpunk, you find them more often in Philip K. Dick than in Gibson.
Best Way Killer says, do you think Andy Sneap will be an adequate replacement for Glenn Tipton?
I don't know how he is as a
tour?
That's the thing. I don't know how he is as a guitar player.
Yeah, and the next part of the question was, what do you think of him as a guitarist?
He's a great producer. I am not familiar with his work. I know he's he's done stuff before, but I've never heard it. So I couldn't tell you. It's kind of a big question mark for me. I'm hoping he does well. Thing is, you've lost Tipton. You lost Downing, who was the founding member of the band. I think Judas Priest after this tour have got to call it a career. I think that's got to be it. You know, Halford's got his solo band. He can go back to doing that. Or he can go do Fight or whatever. But you lost Tipton and Downing. It's not Priest anymore, as far as I'm concerned. You just can't. You can replace Halford and it's still Priest, but you can't lose that twin guitar attack.
Joss Rickett
Canada
says.
Of St. Wenceslas in
Story.
Olmutz was so drunk. He dragged the pig to the market square, saddled it up, and rode it out of the town gate. No, we can see that this
That's
was
the
like
heir to the throne.
So, I rode off to look for the good cannon on his pig. Did you find him? We tracked the filthy beast down to a sty beyond Cronau. I mean, the beast with a tonsure on its head. We never found the real pig, but the Reverend was sound asleep in the pigsty. birds of a feather stick together. It seems the same goes for pigs and prelates. I toast, gentlemen, to pigs and prelates.
To pigs and studded nipples.
Sir Hans, forgive my intrusion, but I need...
Oh, but what? You want to join us? Want to buy us around? I'm afraid we don't drink with peasants. You're not in your village now, boy.
No, sir. Curfew's been rung. The alehouse is closing.
Nothing closes while I'm sitting here. If that's all...
It's true, he does technically run the town, dude.
Never mind, lad. You can't cross his lordship. He's got a temper like a bear with gut ache. If I was you, I'd get lost before he shows it.
The bailiff instructed me to close the tavern at the proper hour.
It even shows your spurs. I just noticed that.
The bailiff? The bailiff can kiss my ass. I trust you haven't forgotten who's the rightful lord of Rattay.
No.
Aragorn?
Oh, is he here? What is he hiding under the table, maybe? No. Then what he wants isn't worth a fart in a bathhouse. Besides, he's only in charge till I grow up.
Which clearly hasn't happened yet.
Oh!
Don't talk to me like that. I'm a nobleman.
Come now, sirs. You're not going to fight here, are you?
We most definitely are. This yokel needs to be taught his place.
What? Oh no, I am not fist fighting with a king. Oh, this is bad. This is not gonna end well.
Oh yeah, you're totally gonna get the full blame for this.
Oh! God, the AI is so grabby in this game.
Is there an option to just leave? Is there any way out of this?
Duck and weave, duck and weave. Come on, bitch. Come on, bitch. Ow! Ooh. Come on. Come on, bitch. Well, what happened?
I figured you'd get interrupted.
Good.
Crucifix! What in the name of Christ is happening here? Hell? Answer me, damn you!
This peasant insulted me. I had to teach him a lesson.
By rolling around in the mud like a hog? That's a fine example of noble conduct.
Sir Hannes, the bailiff ordered me to...
Silence! You shut your mouth and thank your lucky stars that you are Radzig's ward. Have you gone out of your mind? Raising your hand to a nobleman? And you, Hans, how many times have I told you that drinking with your subjects might be good for their morale, but it's bad for your honor? You spend all your days drinking and chasing wenches, which wouldn't matter if you paid any attention at all to your duties. And now we see what that leads to.
Isn't rulers chasing bitches kind of how we got in this mess to begin with?
Yes.
Some landowners have asked me to settle a dispute. It'll be an excellent lesson for you.
I had planned to go hunting, but if you think listening to the pointless gripes of a bunch of old fools will benefit me, so be it.
Ooh, hunting? Well then, your grace, I'll tell you what. You can go hunting.
Really?
Ooh, naturally. Who am I to deprive the young Lord Capon of his sport? And you can take Henry here as your
It's kind of a subtle little dig.
Absolutely not.
Capon was sort of considered a medieval or Victorian insult.
You learned how to lead people, and not just in drinking and brawling. Now get out of my sight.
Sir, I have responsibilities to the bailiff.
Not anymore. Your responsibilities now are the Lord Capon. It's time you learned how to behave in the presence of nobility. Let's go. Tell the kitchen I'm hungry. It's been a long journey.
Oh, great. So what do I have to do? I have to accompany him on a hunting trip or something?
Yeah, something like that, I guess.
Okay, let's answer some questions. It is getting late anyway.
Yeah, we got a lot backed up here.
Yeah, let's answer some questions.
Joss Ricketts suggests you should play Mafia from the same creator as KCD.
Are you sure? Because this is the first game this studio has done. I think he would probably mean the same designer or something.
Perhaps, but Mafia, I couldn't play it. Too many loading zones. Metal King says, RazörFist, thoughts on the band Overkill?
Pretty cool. I mean, it's not a band I would go out of my way to listen to or whatever, but they're all right. God, archery is a bitch.
Helicopter Kicks says, just bought a Smith & Wesson M&P 2.
Seeing that? Jesus.
F off libs.
There we are. Jesus. I have to, like, aim so far to the fucking right.
But what do you think about
my
that?
bow is alt-right. What?
He bought a Smith & Wesson M&P 2.
Nice! Very, very cool. Smith & Wesson makes a fine piece.
Jason the Unpopular says, opinion on Ann Nocenti's run on Daredevil.
Good stuff. Preachy as fuck. Preachy. You know, she was kind of the original Mark Wade.
Feel the Power said...
Where do I need to go here?
Feel the Power donates $5 and says, here you go. Well, thank you very much.
Meet him at dawn. I see. What time is it? Okay, not quite. So I can probably go back and get some shut-eye.
Moose Clappin says, thoughts on Winger?
Kip Winger was good in Alice Cooper. His solo band sucks a dick. I fucking hate Winger.
And adds, also, DEUS VULT, heathen.
Which is ridiculous. Of the two, so two bands spun out of that Alice Cooper lineup. Kip Winger was on bass. Kane Roberts was on guitar. They both had solo bands. Kane Roberts is 50 times the fucking musician. I almost said magician. He's 50 times the musician Kip Winger is. And Kane Roberts went nowhere. Like, it's ridiculous. He had a couple of music videos and whatever, but he just never went anywhere. He wound up being more of a songwriter. He's written a bunch of songs for Kiss, and he writes music for movies and stuff. Like, he still has a crazy successful career, but it just, on stage, unfortunately, it just never happened for him. Is that where I need to go? When would dawn be, technically?
6 a.m. Do you not have a clock anywhere on this, or is this?
I'm gonna go with 4 because that's when it changes to light there. So.
Sweeping Hamster says, isn't Phoenix becoming a Cali shithole like Austin and Denver?
Definitely not as much as either. Probably because this state was much more red than either. But certain areas are. Tucson has always been very liberal, largely because of all the undocumented immigrants.
Guests.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, Sheriff Penzone, I apologize. So, Tucson's always been super left-wing. Flagstaff, because Flagstaff and Tucson are the two places the Californians love to move to. So, Tucson and Flagstaff are super liberal, but Phoenix is still pretty red, and the greater Phoenix area, especially Mesa, Tempe, Scottsdale, still very red. So it's not quite as bad as all that, but it definitely is going a little bit purple because of all these fucking California refugees. If we can fucking get a proper sheriff in office and we can vote out some of these Democrats locally here in Phoenix, like, the mayor's gotta go. Apparently Greg Stanton is not seeking re-election, nor should he, considering what's happened under his fucking reign. If we can get a fucking Republican in there, and a proper conservative, you know, not just a Republican, but, you know, a proper fucking conservative in there, or even better, a libertarian, because this is a very libertarian state too, it'll go a long way toward turning the city around. And then I think it'll be a lot less purple.
Asher says, hey Razor, just finished watching all of your Mythos videos. Loved them. Has given me a new appreciation of metal. Was wondering, would you ever do a music mythos on David Bowie?
I'd be willing to, yeah. What the fuck is... Okay.
Alright, and Metal King says, thoughts on the band Overkill?
I just answered that.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Well, thank you very much for your patronage. Collaboration Education says, "Hey Razor, turn 2. My friends and I are going to the range this Wednesday. Maybe in Scottsdale. Care to join us, or would you recommend a range?"
I usually go to indoor ranges. I think there's a few outdoor ones in, there's a good one in Queen Creek. I forget the name. The great thing about living in Phoenix is if you just go outside the city, you just drive a while, you wind up in the desert, and then you can just shoot as much as you want. As long as it's not near anyone and you're not hurting anyone, obviously.
And let's see. DEUS Pole Vote says, "Where do you want the next Fallout to take place? I think Seattle would be great. It's the closest American port to Alaska, so it makes sense to have a ton of military and industrial buildup."
That's not a bad idea. That's actually not a bad idea. Although, for maximum difference, to actually maximize how divergent it is between installments, I would say maybe going full Alaska would be interesting. You know, just so that you would have a different climate and stuff.
That would be cool.
See more of an... And then, of course, the marketing would get to go fucking ham beast with all the nuclear winter puns.
Ugh.
Ugh. Cringe. Alright, are we good to go?
Here I am.
I'm overjoyed. Have you got a horse?
Yes.
Really? What is it? A cart horse?
Actually, it's...
Never mind. I don't really care. Just try to keep up with me and don't fall off.
Hey, where's your torch?
Go on.
You can't walk around here in the dark without a light.
Oh, they really do enforce that fucking torch rule. But go ahead, man.
Sorry. Story was happening. Andy C says, "Thoughts on the Tenchu Stealth Assassins games, if you haven't talked about them
I
before."
love them. I love Tenchu. You know, I've talked about this in the past. Every time I've done, like, a Dark Souls or a Bloodborne or something review, I'm always pissed that fucking FromSoft, it's just always with the Dark Souls, always with the Demon Souls, always with the Souls clones, but they have had the license to Tenchu since 2010 or something. No, since even before that. I think because Tenchu Z was 2007 or so. And they've done nothing with it. They've done absolutely nothing with it. They've done, like, little mobile games and fucking bullshit. Like, ugh. Give us a proper Tenchu game. Although, that teaser at the last E3 did seem to suggest maybe...
Yes,
I
sir.
don't know. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
It's getting very late, so we need to get through the questions.
Yeah. Joss Ricketts says, "Sad news about System Shock Remake. On hiatus now."
Yep,
Yes,
I
that's
saw
very sad.
that. At least they acknowledged it. You know, at least they got there and actually came out and admitted, hey, it's not really working out, and we need to kind of go back to the drawing board.
It sounds like they got too big for their britches. They dreamed too big.
What it sounds like to me is basically exactly what I thought when we were playing that demo. Hey, it's too casualized. It's not enough of an RPG. It doesn't feel like System Shock. It felt like a modern sci-fi horror game, but that's not what people kickstarted. People kickstarted a System Shock remake, and I think that's what happened. They're refocusing to make it more like what it actually should be. And if that's the case, then good. I'm glad they're delaying it.
Spawn Freak says, "So Jacob Taylor, the only black squad mate on the Normandy, his loyalty mission is to find his father." What are your thoughts? He went out to buy space cigarettes.
Yeah, can you have thoughts about a character that fucking bland?
I'd honestly forgotten he even existed.
Yeah, Mass Effect 2 had the lamest
As I said,
fucking
I have
characters.
hunted before, but it wasn't...
People talk about Mass Effect 3 shitting on that series. I think it started with 2.
I'll do the best I can.
You know, I could see this going south so fast.
Uh-huh.
Maybe he tries to arrange for you to have a hunting accident. Ugh.
Well, he didn't plan this. He was shit-faced. Also, how good of an idea is it to have this guy with a hangover going out hunting?
Jolly Roger
It's gonna be a Dick Cheney situation here.
Jolly Roger Bear says, Razor, thoughts on PS2 Punisher game?
Ooh.
Oh, we've streamed it before.
Yep, we certainly have. Ooh, I leveled up on horsemanship. Heavy duty pony, what is this?
Also, daily reminder that socialism leads to starvation and genocide.
Okay.
Thank you.
Faster and can't carry much weight, or slower and can carry more weight? What do you think?
Ooh. Is there any way to just save it? Is there any point to saving it?
What are you talking about?
The point.
Yeah, I guess I could just sit on it. That's fine. What the fuck? What just happened? He's right there! What the fuck? Well, whatever. It saved right as we started the quest anyway, so let's keep answering.
Game King says...
It says gains. For the horse.
Oh. Game King says...
Go on, dude.
Game King says, Beast in Black is a band Anton formed after he left Battle Beast.
Right.
It's even more of a Berserk homage than his previous work. Wow. The Major Spike 9000 says, Razor, you have the power to erase 3 game franchises from history. Jesus. Which ones and why?
Metal Gear Solid, it created the modern cinematic fucking game design bullshit. Every game that fucking pelts you to death with cutscenes traces its lineage back to Metal Gear Solid, and there's nothing in the stealth genre that was advanced by that game that other games didn't do better or first. So it's a pointless fucking boil on the ass of the gaming industry. What would be another one? I would say Angry Birds, because of the fucking ridiculous mobile phenomenon that happened after it. How much wasted money and effort and creative energy happened in the wake of that fucking game. And then
movies.
Yeah, and then the third one would be, I don't know. I wouldn't say Final Fantasy, because Final Fantasy, there's good Final Fantasy games.
Yeah.
I don't know. I for a third one, I'm not sure.
Oh, franchise.
Madden. Madden should not have been a franchise. It should have been, hey, every few years we'll release a really good Madden game. It shouldn't have been an annual thing. And unfortunately, it kind of created the annual idea. It's interesting, like, the game that really made Madden a success was Madden 92, I think? And that game was made by Looking Glass Studios and actually incorporated a lot of the sort of role-playing elements and stuff that you see in modern Madden games. But it also, the success of it created 2 things. Number one, it convinced, because EA didn't get to keep all the money because they had to share the royalties with Looking Glass Studios. It was the last time EA went to a third-party developer and said, hey, make our Madden game for us.
Right.
So it created these in-house sweatshops that make sports games. And it created the annual assembly line. So I would say Madden. That would fill it out for me.
Mitch Molina says, did you used to work at Wendy's in 98?
No.
No.
I wasn't old enough to fucking have a job in 98.
We were children. I
Yeah.
shouldn't say we were fucking children.
Yeah.
I'd be more careful.
I didn't have enough. I wasn't old enough to work a job in 98.
Rivius says, my first introduction to Dark Horse Comics was Beasts of Burden. Have you read it, and do you have any suggestions of anything similar that I would like?
I've never read it. For Dark Horse, all I would recommend is... Actually, there's a lot of good Dark Horse comics, but I would say, there's a good crime novel called Green River Killer that fucking kicks ass. The Star Wars comics, of course, you would have to recommend with Dark Horse. There's a lot of Dark Horse stuff. The Dark Horse Shadow stuff is great. The Mysterious Three, In the Coils of Leviathan, Hell's Heatwave, all that stuff. Dark Horse treated the Shadow license very, very well in the 90s.
Metal Jesus Rock says, great stream, guys. Keep it up.
Hey, Metal Jesus.
Thank you very much, sir.
You ever watched his channel?
No, I haven't.
It's good shit.
Tim Jams donated...
He was one of the first people I ever saw review the Blade Runner PC game. And that's what made me subscribe to his channel. It fucking kicks ass. But anyway, continue.
Tim Jams donated 140...
No, you didn't finish his question. Or did he have a question?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay, sorry. I just wanted to make sure you got his question out.
Tim Jams donated $140.29.
Holy shit.
Jesus, I must have missed that one.
Yeah.
Greetings from the land of shit food, rotting teeth, and Jeremy Corbyn. Please kill me. Could you possibly retell your Michael Bay story for those of us that missed your EDF live stream? Such a legendary story doesn't deserve to be left forgotten.
It's true. So, there's a girl that I dated for a little bit. She was an aspiring actress. She's since moved on to other things, but she was an aspiring actress. And, worked in, she was still looking to break into the business, basically, at this time. And her and her boyfriend or whatever had broken up at this point. This is long after our relationship was over, but we were still friends. And so this is around the time of the Super Bowl that was here in Phoenix. So whatever year that was it 2012, 2013? I forget what year it was. This wasn't that long ago. And she... In the sort of prelude to all the Super Bowl festivities, there were a whole bunch of hoity-toity kind of white glove celebrity parties. Or there were just parties that happened, a lot of them especially in Westgate and areas like that, and Scottsdale, where they kind of paid celebrities to come out. David Spade, of course, who is from Phoenix, and a bunch of other celebrities. And anyway, so she needed someone to go with her to this party. So, you know, we're just going as friends. But, you know, it was, as a favor to her, I decided to go down there. Plus, you know, it was a chance. I got a free ticket to get into this fucking party and, you know, got free food and whatever. So I go down to this party to her. And who's the celebrity that's there at the party? It's Michael fucking Bay. And I know I'm not going to have another opportunity to talk to Michael fucking Bay, you know, unless something radically changes in my life. This is the one and only opportunity I'm going to get to say what I want to say to Michael Bay. And I wasn't going to, like, carpet bomb him. I wasn't going to pipe bomb the guy. I wasn't, you know, whatever. But I'm sitting way over, and I don't realize he's there at first. So we get there. It's a full-on red carpet affair, by the way. Like, I was blown away by this. I'm like, I do not belong here at all. And so I just hang out. I don't drink, so I go and grab a fucking soda water, and I'm hanging out at the bar over there, and she comes and grabs me, and she's like, "Oh my god, you got to come over here. I'm so freaking nervous. I can't even, like, I can't feel my hands." And I'm like, "What happened? What happened?" She's like, "Michael Bay is over there. It's Michael Bay." I'm like, I look over, and there he is with his fucking fruity hair. I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. So we walk over, and, you know, they're just making small talk. It's just kind of, because she had recently been in California at some acting school that he was aware of, or working for some kind of agency that he was aware of, and so they're kind of making small talk and whatever. And this would have been right after maybe the second Turtles movie. I forget if it was the second or the first, but it was a piece of shit.
I'm willing to bet it was the first.
It was a piece of shit. And I had seen it, and it was a piece of shit, and it was fresh in my mind, and all I could think while I'm sitting here, and they're talking, and they're making idle small chat is, this is the man who ruined Ninja Turtles. And I'm looking at him, and I'm like, I'm waiting for my opening. I'm waiting for my... Finally... There's a break in the conversation, and they get on to the subject of their movies. and she's like complimenting him about this movie and that movie, and they're going like kind of through his filmography. It's like, oh, I liked The Rock, and I liked Bad Boys, and I liked this. And I'm like, first off, I don't realize that she knows this much about Michael Bay's filmography, and I'm like, I'm a little disappointed in you. But anyway, so she's kind of going down the list, and I'm like, I'm waiting for it. And they finally get to Turtles. And she's like, yeah, that Turtles, I thought it was interesting, and you work with Megan Fox, and and I forget how it came up, but they go around to kind of everyone, and everyone's kind of giving their opinions about it. And I was, like, it falls to me, and I have not said one word in this conversation yet. And I just kind of calmly, I look over it, and I go, I thought it was kind of bad. And he kind of looks at me, and he kind of tries to smirk it off, you know what I mean? Like kind of, oh, I don't take myself that seriously. But you could tell he had the kind of I smelled a fart look on his face, and he never looked at me the rest of the fucking evening. It was amazing, like what? But I knew you have to. That's a bucket list moment. You can't not say
Not
it.
to tell him his own movie sucked right to his face.
I didn't tell him he was a dick. I didn't attack him or anything, but I had to. It was, it's something you have to do. So there's your Michael Bay story. It's not that amazing. I wound up hanging out near the bar the rest of the night, but she was really pissed at me. She was really not pleased. I think I tanked her career as a result. She never heard from Michael Bay after that.
Karis says, I'll tone it back a little. I do have a question. Any thoughts on the possibility of Disney looking to other devs for Star Wars games? Also, why is women's hockey the most dangerous sport in the world? 12 women, 3 periods each.
Blood on the Ice. Good Bathory album. Okay, how many more?
Any thoughts or possibilities of Disney looking towards other devs for Star Wars games?
Well, I don't know who they would look at. That's the thing. Like, Disney has not shown classically to have too much discernment when it comes to choosing developers. So I don't know. I think they would probably... Well, they need to look at a publisher. So if you're thinking of publishers, it's hard to... I mean, who could they go with? They can't go with WB because it's a competing media company. So WB Interactive is fucking out.
Yeah.
Right? EA, they're not going back to EA. The whole point is that they're leaving EA.
Yeah.
So it can't be EA. That kind of leaves us with Ubisoft and Activision.
Ugh.
And neither of those options sounds good at all.
Wasn't Activision making a first-person shooter Star Wars game?
Yeah,
it was one of the ones that got canceled, wasn't it?
What I almost suspect they'll do is what they tried to do a few years ago and totally shit the bed, is try and start their own publisher again. Which they just stopped. They just killed that. Like, I don't know why they would do it, but you know what? It's just Disney enough that I think it might happen.
I wonder if they would ever beg Rockstar to make a game for them.
Yeah, well, that's true. They could go with 2K, but I don't think they would.
Yeah.
2K is not big enough. Or at least they're not perceived as being big enough. They are. They're big, but, I don't think... It'd probably be either Activision or they'll make their own studio. It's one of those two.
Let's try to push through some of these.
Yes.
Kevin Kidd says, do you think the song... Wait. Do you think A Song of Ice and Fire novels hold a torch to Elric novels?
No, not at all. And I think Michael Moorcock pretty well nailed this. And he's friends with George R.R. Martin. He wasn't saying this as an insult, but he said, Song of Ice and Fire it's meant to be just kind of entertaining, it's popcorn food. It's just standard sort of, whatever, it's not meant to change your life. It's cool and it's fun to read and it's enthralling, but it's sort of made for mass market fantasy acceptance. Nothing wrong with that, but it is what it is.
Kikakizumi says, so how does your stealth build work in combat?
That's the thing. You mostly have to go with short swords and archery. And I can get by with archery. You guys haven't seen me much in combat here because I haven't been attacked on the roads much. I'll see. Maybe I'll do a little travel and see if I can have a random encounter or something. But when you get in combat, I find that I kind of wind up sticking to archery to keep them at bay. But that can be tricky because, as you've seen, archery is not easy in this game at all. So, you know, you wind up having to whip out the short sword and bust some ass. And again, that's not terribly easy either. But I find I'm better at fist fighting and sword play than I am at archery. Just because the archery's a fucking bear in this game. It's like they intentionally gimped it. What the fuck? Get over the damn wall!
Jump. Jump, you bastard.
I'll dig a hole under the wall.
K-Tub donates $5 and tells us the console command for the reticle.
Nice.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks, bro.
I Hate Liberals says, how many BLM members are going home tonight after watching African American Puma and calling their travel agent, who also has a chicken and waffle stand, in order to book a vacation to Wakanda?
I think chicken and waffles have been officially co-opted by the white hipsters, though, at this point.
Only to find out it's a fictional place created by white guys.
Oh.
Anyway.
Thanks for sauntering down that Jingo road there.
Ballad of Swords says, ever gonna play Monster Hunter Razor? Godspeed.
I'm not a big Monster Hunter guy. Not a big Monster Hunter guy. This is more my speed. An RPG sim, okay? The casualized third-person, whatever the fuck, open world. Is that a horse that I can steal?
Frag Minion says, thoughts on Michael Bay Lobo movie controversy?
Is there a controversy around it? I wasn't aware it was happening.
I have no idea.
Can I? Ooh, inspect. Oh, that's a much better horse than what I have. Not quite as courageous, though. I can swipe this horse. I'm taking this. I'm taking this horse.
Efel says, seeing as though we are in the middle of a left-leaning moral panic, how long do you think...
Whoa! This horse can jump. Sorry.
How long do you think until we get another right-leaning one?
I think you're kind of witnessing it a little bit. Oh, moral panic?
Yeah.
No, the right at this point is so much more libertarian. And a lot of that has to do with Trump, because he's just... Look, he's a big money Republican. He doesn't give a fuck who's marrying who. He doesn't give a fuck about abortion. All these things bore him. He'll use them if they're going to be advantageous to his platform, and, you know, he thinks that it can get him what he wants and, you know, accomplish whatever his goal is. He'll certainly use them. He's a tactician like that, but not a morally driven Republican at all.
Poster says, hey, Razor and Terran, what are your thoughts on the rising trend of games as a service?
A lot of it has to do with the fact that games are still $60. You know, the games have been basically the same price since the 90s. Actually, a lot of games cost more in the 90s. You bought an NES game back in the day, it might be $60, it might be $40, it might be $70.
I still have obligations here.
Oops. You know, you never quite knew what you were gonna get. Ooh.
Oh, and to expand on the on Frag Minion's question,
gains.
Apparently, the controversy is that the Lobo movie wouldn't be progressive. God forbid.
I'll say that for Michael Bay. He's not one of those guys. Like I said, I don't hate Michael Bay. I just hate his movies. That's why I made that clear.
Kikagezumi donates again and says, have you had a chance to try your stealth build out in a fight, and if so, how does it play, and how effective was it?
It's effective, you just have to play smart, which is probably the way it should be, honestly. The best way to do it, though, is to circumnavigate the conflict and come in from high, because you have backstabs and you have one-hit stealth kills and stuff. So if you can set it up strategically so that you can come in, you know, like sneak in while they're preparing to jump you, which will happen. If you get jumped on the road, a lot of times they'll be crouching behind trees or whatever, and you'll have an opportunity, if you've leveled up your stealth enough, to... What is this?
Interesting sight discovered.
What are you doing here?
The fuck?
Why'd you ask? Can I not take a walk in the woods without being accosted?
I asked because I'm the gamekeeper here, and it's my job to protect these woods from poachers.
Well, I'm certainly not poaching.
In that case,
Can't you tell from the bow and arrow on my back?
got on you.
Certainly. Go ahead and look.
All right. Nothing suspicious here. You may leave, Goodman.
Yeah, just a bunch of stolen goods. Don't worry about it. That was interesting. So I guess this is the gamekeeper's shack or whatever. Or if there's anything to swipe. Not so much.
Games for Fun says, how do you outrun a Jewish cop? Take the toll road.
No!
Tito Abel says, I just
That
came
wasn't
across this playthrough. How are you liking it so far, Razor?
I am loving it. I have a full review coming out in the future, but the short version is best Elder Scrolls game I've played in years.
And he says he's enjoying it too.
Yeah, it's... And I'm not encountering as much jank as you would think. You know, we've had the little graphical glitches and stuff. The same kind of funky stuff that you get in Witcher 3. The same kind of funky stuff you get in Skyrim. I'm not seeing how it's so much more buggy than those games. The save system could use an overhaul. Apparently that's coming in the next update. So I think a couple updates down the road, if you're not playing this game, you're fucking missing out. I think you're kind of missing out now if you're not playing it, but...
Real Reason says, have you seen Altered Carbon? Thoughts?
Nope. I'm avoiding it like the plague. After that bullshit about how it's a fucking thematic microcosm of the Weinstein allegations or fucking Trump assaulting women, yeah, I think that show can fuck off. And I know people are saying, oh, but you don't see anything like that in the show. But it's like, first off, they made these comments after the show had already been greenlit. So who's to say that's not going to be in the second season? Like crazy. In fact, I would put fucking money down on it being in the second season. But, yeah. Traitor? Okay, yeah, see there? You have a stealth kill option. You have a knockout option. And of course you can pickpocket.
And it's safe as houses.
What's this guy?
What is it?
It's just that you look like someone who doesn't mind a bit.
See what I mean? He has a hood that's up. Why don't I get a hood that's up?
Let me put it this
Could be a button.
That needs to be patched in.
Come by some serious wealth. A treasure, so to speak. And I'm willing to share this information with you for a trifling sum.
I've no time for such tall tales.
Tall tales? Ha! Go to hell then, doubting Thomas.
Alright, well, you know I can get that treasure map a completely different way.
Mr. Pingus Power says, would you ever do a Metal Mythos?
Oh, that's some bullshit.
Would you ever do a Metal Mythos on Budgie?
If I got into their music, I've never been the biggest Budgie fan in the world. Not that they're bad. But, you know, just not a band I ever got into.
Tim Jam says, I donated to Streamlabs a while ago. Did you get it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think I read that one a while back. Yeah, sorry, it's
Probably.
a little late. We got a lot of questions.
Yeah, we're way
back,
behind
though.
on
Yeah.
the questions, guys. We are reading them out, though.
There are a lot of you. I think we're actually being watched by 1,000 people.
Holy shit!
Yeah. I checked earlier.
Well, it's a brand new game. People want to see how it is.
Grayscale Plaid.
Go out and get it, is the short review, guys. Go out and get this. It's a fucking badass game. This is, you know, again, if you want the role-playing of Elder Scrolls with the sim elements of, I don't know, Underworld, stuff like that. Definitely want to pick this up. It's like if The Witcher 3 was a sim instead of just third-person titty fucking simulator.
Right. Grayscale. Yeah. No.
See, unfortunately, I'm trying to get like a random encounter on the road, but unfortunately, when you have a horse, you get less random encounters.
Tim Jams. Oh, sorry, no, I read that one.
Because I want to show you guys the combat really bad. Well, let me just dismount and maybe that'll help.
Grayscale Plaid says, hunting accident. Wait, is Kingdom Come Deliverance just CK2 at the ground level? CK2?
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
So we're not up on the whole, like... What are they fucking called? I'm having a brain fart.
What?
The, abbreviations.
I think Terangel broke, folks.
Well, you didn't fucking know it either. Black Metal Gamer says, worst fan base, Pantera fans or Juggalos?
Oh, man, what a coin flip. Oof.
Crusader Kings 2.
Is suicide an option?
Is suicide an option? No. You have to pick one. Careful not to break your legs.
Yeah, you can, actually. If you fall from too great a height, you will break your legs. You know what? I'm going Pantera fans.
Wow.
'Cause Juggalos will steal shit, but leave you alone, largely. Pantera fans, if you even suggest they're not the greatest thing ever, and Douchebag Daryl... I'm sorry, did I say douchebag? I meant Bodybag Daryl. Isn't the greatest fucking guitarist ever. They will hit you with, oh my god, you need to die, I need to cut your throat, you're this, you're that. Fucking... Douchebag Daryl, why do you think Pantera broke up? You think it was just Phil Anselmo? Like, fucking no. It was as much Douchebag Daryl as it was Phil. Douchebag Daryl had a massive ego, and he was incredibly fucking insecure, too. I mean, he's following Yngwie around with a box of fucking donuts. Yngwie is 20 times the guitarist Dimebag Daryl ever was. And you think he was not a fucking douche in real life? He was a complete piece of shit. But if you just say something like, oh, I don't like that band, or, hey, he was kind of a cock in real life, and people will be like, holy shit, you're just desecrating the memory of the dead. It's like, yeah, you fucking pricks do it with all the other fucking dead rock stars. How many of you don't like Dio? How many of you don't like Lemmy? Fucking blow me. It's not wrong to, if you don't like someone and they happen to have died, it's not... What the fuck? I didn't like Pantera when he was alive.
I'm in need of boar hides, believe it or not.
Boar hides, okay. I think I have some of those.
Uzi Patrol says, another awesome show. Thank you very much, sir.
Godspeed.
Ballad of Swords says, Razor confirmed filthy casual.
For what?
I'm not sure. It was something 10 minutes ago. Regina says, hey Razor, longtime fan. I would love to work with you someday if you're ever in need of an artist. Look me up on Twitter. And she gives her Twitter handle.
Thanks.
And Games for Funds says, what word starts with N, ends with R, and you never want to call a black person? Neighbor.
Oh.
Jesus.
That was terrible.
I gotta bring in that little book of terrible,
cocktail party jokes or whatever?
Yeah. Dirtiest jokes book that I got. I'll bring it next stream.
Didn't I close that? Oh dear. Hi.
Be off now. You don't belong here.
Time to leave.
Whoops.
Boaster says, Razor, you mentioned the $60 cost of games. Do you think games should still cost that high?
I think they've got to... What's happening is, because the price of games has not gone up with the, you know, with fucking inflation, you're basically having a situation where they have to... Look, development costs have gone through the fucking roof. We're now having games that cost $140 million to fucking make.
Yeah.
That's insanity. You have teams of 200 or more fucking people. Sometimes you have multinational studios all cooperating in unison to fucking crank out a game, you know. And then you have the game, which hasn't gone up in price since 1991. Something's got to give, folks. I mean, I don't mean to defend the publishers, but they have to make their bones somehow. And I hate microtransactions. We all fucking do. But it kind of is... It's the only practical way they see to make their money back. And unfortunately, it works.
And we are actually caught up on donations.
Fuck yes. Okay, folks. So as soon as I'm done...
God damn it.
Spoke too soon.
Damn it, Uzi
As soon
Patrol.
as I'm done fast traveling, I was going to get out of here.
He donates $5 and says, what do you think of the old Incredible Hulk TV series with Bixby and Ferrigno?
I was never a big fan. Yeah, not really.
You know what?
Although Daredevil was in one of the movies.
Really?
Yeah, one of the who was it? Rex Brown or I think it was Rex Brown played Daredevil in that, and he had the Frank Miller Man Without Fear outfit, which is funny because it predates that. He had like the black thing over his eyes and whatever, and he had kind of an all-black suit. It actually predates Frank Miller, the Man Without Fear.
I might go home and just watch that. That sounds awesome.
So I think he actually, I think Frank Miller, believe it or not, looked at that, or John Romita Jr. did. So, all right, folks. This has been Kingdom Come Deliverance. I didn't get as much combat in there as I would have liked, so I could show you more of the combat. We did have a couple little scrapes here and there. But other than that, I hope you guys like what you see, because I'm really enjoying this game. There is going to be a proper review of this coming out. I'm almost done with it. Thanks for staying up with me and making horrific racial puns.
Oh, God.